Hello everyone, we are back again with Kanon. We finished one story last time around, and we're doing another one. We're seeing what happens next. And we'll start with, I meet up with Nayuki and the others who had arrived late, and we have lunch together while chatting. Ain't that sweet? Ain't that nice? And now, the epic story continues. Eventually the bell rings. Dots. Ah! I'm going straight home. Shopping district. I think I went straight home. Or this last time. I'll go straight home today. Okay, take care then. You too, Nayuki. Good luck with the club. Thanks! I part ways with Nayuki, who waves to me at the entrance and heads straight home as promised. As I retrace my routes to school, I see a familiar face walk by. What are you up to, Makoto? I'm running an errand. I'm going to go buy some tofu. Did you know that you can get tofu at bookstores? Don't try to pull one over me like that. With a triumphant look on her face, she continues walking in the direction of the shopping district. When I get home, I let Akiko know I'm home and go up to the second floor. Since Nayuki is at club, the area in front of her home is naturally quiet. Well then, I'll enjoy some private time to myself. However, there are limits to what I can do in a room without a TV. However, just by turning on the TV, I end up wasting time without realizing it, so as long as the environment doesn't last forever, it's not all that bad. I sink down onto the bed and pick up the book I had been reading from the floor. Dots. Look for something to snack on. Be patient. If I snack now, I won't have enough room to enjoy Akiko's cooking. I'll be patient for now. I'm patient. And because I was patient, skip! So, did you give the money back to Akiko then? Ow! Akiko, did you get your money back? Not yet, no. When I return my gaze to Makoto's face, I see that her eyes are teary, perhaps due to being flustered. Oh yes, any dialogue I've read already, if there's a skip option, I'ma skip it. I'm not gonna reread the lines that I've read already, just to let the newcomers to the video know. Then there's only one place the money could be. Leave the rest to Akiko. Then return the money later, okay? Yeah, I will. You can take it from here, Akiko. I sit down, blatantly complaining about Makoto's wrongdoing with my eyes. It'll be fine. As usual, I don't know what Akiko means when she says it'll be fine. I have no choice but to hope that the head of the family can sort this out. I resume eating with a disappointed expression on my face. What's going on? I ask Akiko when she comes back from the second floor after dinner. I assume she's talked to Makoto. However, contrary to my expectations, Akiko simply tilts her head. Huh? You didn't go to her room? Makoto's room? Yes, I was there. So how'd it go? She had fresh sheets now. Huh? So do you and Nayuki. So you just went to change the sheets? That's right. Did you speak with Makoto? Only casually. Asked her about what food she likes and whatnot. So what about the money for the tofu? Money for the tofu? Hang on a minute. Okay. After thinking about it, she opens her mouth as if she just remembered something. I told her I'd give her an allowance. But I see. In this case, Akiko didn't give Makoto any allowance in advance. So Makoto couldn't buy tofu. Makoto's actions were taken as if they were completely natural. That is so like Akiko. It totally explains how Nayuki turned out the way she did. Makoto won't be punished for this. I can't help but think that the nightly mischief will only continue at this rate. Forever and ever. Stay in bed. Clatter creak. The door to the room opens and I sense that Makoto is sneaking in. I hear the sound of a mocking laugh very close by. Do your worst. I'm determined to not wake up no matter what's done to me. Snip! There's an unfamiliar sound by my ear. Sounds like a thick bundle of something being cut in half with scissors. I'm nervous, wondering what's going to happen, but then everything becomes quiet. Bang. Must have left as the sound of the door closing echoes softly. Relieved that I didn't have to get up, I fall asleep again. A dream. A dream that hopefully I find a bad ending on this route. Will I have a bad ending? Will it lead to a good ending accidentally? We'll just have to see. Okay, that's all I can do. So, I keep waiting for a bad ending. What? When I wake up in the morning, I'm surprised to find hair all over my pillow. And it didn't fall out, but rather it was cut. That explains the scissor sound from last night. I run out of my room and head straight for the bathroom. On my way, I see Makoto from behind, so I hit her on the head. I look at my face in the bathroom mirror. A clump of hair is missing on one side. Makoto, you little brat! What? She must be close since she answers immediately. You did this to my hair. You must want to get hit. You hit me already. Alright, then reflect on why that happened. I'm not reflecting on anything. Boys who hit girls are the worst. But that's all I did. It's not like you got your hair chopped off. I should have shaved it all off. Having said that, she runs off. And I love my sideburns. After facing the mirror again with a heavy feeling in my chest, I regretfully leave the bathroom. The usual suspects are already at the— finish eating. Oh, darn it. I don't want to help out. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Okay. She simply nods as if she hadn't had high hopes that I'd agree to help from the start. Afterwards, I chat with Kaori and Kitagawa until the time is up. And then the next period begins. The teacher's words go in one ear and out the— The bell rings and the lunch break comes to an end. Hey, Mafia! What's up? How you doing today? It's good to see you here. I hope you're ready for more Kanon, 'cause that's what we're doing on today. It's finally over. I shove my textbook and notebook into my desk and get up from my seat. A number of students have already left the class. Perhaps they're rushing to get to the cafeteria. I'm already running way behind. You're doing homework. Does that mean you're back? Is school back? Mafia, be honest. This setting right now that you see, is this what you're seeing right now in real life, too? Oh no. Well, all I can say is good luck, Mafia. I believe in you. You can do it. We're going too, Yuichi. Nayuki moves her wallet from her bag to her pocket. You should probably hurry. School cafeterias are crowded the world over. I'll go with you too. Me too. Ultimately, the usual suspects all end up heading to the cafeteria. There are a lot of people today. Hey, Krusty, good morning to you too. I'm doing good. It's another day of Kanon today. And watching a movie later and getting a big anime series. We tried going to the cafeteria but can't find any available seats. It's snowing, so people want to stay inside. We wait for a while, but there's no sign of seats becoming available, so we decide to buy bread and sandwiches and eat them in the cafeteria. Wow, it's snowing hard! Yuki seems surprised. Something warm would have been nice on a day like today. Toss the curry bread wrapped in plastic onto my desk. Really wanted something warm to drink. Whether it's due to the season or the region, all of the hot items in the vending machines were sold out. It's snowing hard. Yuki looks at the sky through the window with worry. Just like back then. Back when? Back when I met you at the station. That sounds interesting. Tell me more. Is this a Switch game? Nope. This is on Steam. It's called Kanon, and it's on Steam if you look for it. It might be on Switch, but it's mostly on Steam. You should look into it. Yeah, and you still should. It's good. I'm not interested at all. No! It might have been interesting if for you, but for me, it was a disaster. Not that. Only now does she finally take her eyes off of the window and towards us. I'm talking about 7 years ago. But it's not all that interesting, so I'll just leave it at that. Let's hurry up and eat then. Good call. I'm pretty hungry. Your desk is as good as any, right, Aizawa? There's not much room. I can put mine up against yours. Should I pull mine up as well? No, I won't be able to get out. All four of us ultimately end up around my desk. I'm really hungry today, so I wanted to eat something with a little more substance. The curry bread I was able to get before they sold out probably won't be enough. Maybe we should bring lunchboxes next time. Lunchboxes? Who goes to make them? Akiko? Or who's going? I can make them. Now that you mention it, I do remember making your own lunches from time to time. I actually had time for that. I do the prep work in the evening, so it's okay. Have her make lunches. Whoops. Put on a brave face or go home, buy an umbrella. Nope, I'm gonna do a brave face. After thinking about it, I chose the option that will allow me to return home as soon as possible. I'll be a snowman by the time I get home. After sighing once, I plunge into the constantly falling snow. In about 10 minutes or so, I might regret this. I have that feeling the moment I step outside. Darn it, it's way too cold. It took all of 3 minutes for me to regret my decision, but unable to turn back, I keep going. When I arrive in the front of the house, I'm in a pretty dire state. My shoes are muddy and my body is covered in snow. I wanted to brush off the snow before entering the house, but it lands as fast as I can shake it off. I give up and as I leap through the door. Welcome home, thanks for your hard work. Oh my gosh! Throw yourself onto the fireworks. I'm gonna be like Steve Rogers. Alright then, firework diving time. But why am I jumping to my death of my own volition? Too late, by the time I realize my stupidity, I'm arching my body in the air like a swimmer about to dive. Hiss, hiss, hiss. The pinwheel fireworks spin below me in a frenzy and I fall right into them. Whiz. Bang, bang, bang. Ah! I somersault through the exploding fireworks. Even after the noise stops, the ringing in my ears continues. After a while, I hear footsteps coming from the hallway. I am dead. Is something wrong, Yuichi? Man Ultima, now you're muddy and cold. I know. That's how snow is. It's cold. And I guess muddy on the floor with it's muddy. Now I'm fireworked. Something wrong, Yuichi? As soon as the door opens, the light turns on and Akiko peeks in. No, it's nothing. What's that smell? Fireworks! Makoto's booming voice comes in from the other side of Akiko. Oh wow, Yuichi, you're doing fireworks all by yourself. Is that true, Yuichi? It was a childish prank. Akiko turns her attention to Makoto when I say that. This was your doing, wasn't it? No, it wasn't me. Shouldn't we all be doing fireworks together? Makoto is left speechless by Akiko's suggestion. How many times do I have to tell you? If you want to do something, you should just let me know. Okay. So you wanted to light fireworks? Yeah. Then we'll do that together next time. Akiko ends it there. Makoto can only nod in response to what Akiko says, so maybe she's already adjusted to Akiko's pace. I see. Wisdom comes with age. If Makoto continues to be admonish in this manner, she may eventually be cured of her bad habits. That's what was on my mind as I head back to bed. A dream. I'm dreaming of Mafia Babe hopefully having a good school day and her not going insane, and of Krusty doing whatever he does best, which is just being epic and being Krusty. What else do I dream of? I don't know. I dream something. What if snow was pink? That's my dream. Good dream, right? I wake up a little earlier than my alarm, so I enjoy dozing while staring at the ceiling. Ah! Time skip! Oh my gosh! Let her do as she pleases, keep her from going. What did I do last time? Well, I did that last time. I have no time for that. Yeah, I guess there's always time for a little treat. Actually, no. How do you have time for that? Ugu, what do you mean? Oh, here's the cute person mafia that I was talking about. It's Ayu. I don't remember if you saw Ayu before, but here she is. How do you have time to eat taiyaki and drink tea in the street while you're on your way to school? Who said anything about drinking tea? Anyway, you should save it for lunchtime with your friends. No way, they'd be cold by then. I'll just do this then. I'll grab Ayu's paper bag and shove it into the snow. Eek! Don't do that! She hurriedly picks up the paper bag. Ooh, it's soggy! She says ooh a lot, so... Therefore she's cute by anime standards. Oh, it's already cold, so it'll be the same as lunch as it is now. How could you do such a thing, Yuichi? Just a gesture of parental love toward you. Ooh, it's soggy inside too. I know, I'll treat you to some next time, so just focus on school for now. You will? When we have more time, yes. It's a promise then. Before I know it, she's nodding with a big smile on her face. I'll be seeing you, Yuichi. I'll be seeing you. Oh, okay, we're gone. It's a lunch break, Yuichi. I know. It's lunch break, Aizawa. That's out of character for you, Kaori. I'm just kidding. I put the notebook I used during 4th period into my desk and stand up from my seat as if to relax my body. Well, where should we go today? The cafeteria is the only place to go. I'm sick of the cafeteria. You haven't gone there enough to be sick of it, Yuichi. I get sick of things easily. I know that, but the school cafeteria is the only place we can eat lunch. I guess you're right. Let's go. Okay. Huh? What about Kaori and Kitagawa? The two people who would normally have offered to go with us are nowhere to be seen. Kaori ran off earlier, anxious to get us seats. And Kitagawa? He followed her lead. Then we should hurry too. If they went out of their way to get us seats, we should probably join them. Not that I really have any other choice in the matter. Wonder what I should eat today. I'm having the A set. Yuki cheerfully declares your choice as we leave the classroom. School is over, Yuichi! Oh my gosh! I part ways with Nayuki, who runs up the stairs and change my shoes along at the entrance, alone. I put my indoor shoes in the shoebox with a brand new name tag on it and head outside. It's really cold, huh? It's super cold, wait until we get home, eat something. I'm gonna be boring and eat something at home. Just be patient until we get home. Yeah, okay. Nayuki tilts her head sadly. And besides, we still have to get to that CD shop for you. Yeah. Now that I think about it, this was our original reason for coming. The CD shop is this way, Yuichi. Yuki begins to walking as if to lead the way. I follow behind her in her long hair that seems to reach down to her waist. I think her hairstyle was different back then. I hurry toward Nayuki as she turns around and waves at me. I'm glad you found your CD. I'm gonna leave her be. I'll leave her to her own devices. Probably wise. I turn off the light and go back under the covers. Squish. I almost scream from the sudden coldness and texture. I see, so the strategy of hiding in the closet until I fell asleep was the correct one. For the first time, her prank was a successful surprise attack. Something slides over my face and falls onto my pillow. What on earth is this? Won't be able to tell unless I turn on the light. Suddenly, the door closes with a bang. Makoto, having carried out her mission, must have left. How infuriating. Guess I'll just go to sleep like this. I close my eyes once again. It's the national holiday! Yay! As soon as I wake up, I find something strange right in front of my face, and I can't help but shudder. An eerie rectangular cuboid that has lost its moisture and become dry. It's tofu. Putting it back into water probably won't do any good. It's already damaged. Will she ever tire of this? I throw it in the trash. I'm sure Akiko would be shocked if she saw it, and leave the room to have breakfast. Don't waste food, guys. Don't waste food. Never gonna happen. It could potentially happen. I don't remember. Not likely. I may have a chance to eat Nayuki's cooking because I live with her, but I don't think it's all that likely I'll have a chance to eat Ayu's. What's wrong? Sorry, Ayu. Ooh, could you be any more vague? There almost appears to be a question mark above her head as she watches me chow down on the salmon Akiko made for me. Skip! I think I'll relax here. I can't think of anything else to do, so I end up just watching uninteresting programs on TV. We're home! I finally hear Nayuki's voice on the front door. She appears to be with Akiko. Huh? You're here, Yuichi? Yeah. I'm making your favorite curry and rice dish today. She looks happy as she holds up her shopping bag. Nayuki, can you help me prepare dinner? Okay. They walk into the kitchen carrying a shopping bag that probably contains ingredients for curry. I'm left alone, staring at the TV screen. Looks like it's a rerun of a drama, but I can't make out the content. After dinner, time skip. What are you gonna do about all this miso soup you made? Ow! What a mess this is. Akiko looks into the bathtub and she asks, sounding exasperated. Well, the bathtub is full of miso soup. Who would do such a thing? It can only be you. Can you prove it? Do you think that Nayuki, Akiko, or I would do anything this stupid? I wouldn't do it either. How could it be anything other than one of your silly pranks? It's one thing if it's just me, but did you ever stop to consider how this will affect others? Ow! Did you use the whole bag? You do know that we won't have any for ourselves now, right? Really should think twice about wasting food like this. Okay. After Akiko puts her foot down, Makoto loses the courage to lie about it any longer. Her courage really isn't all that she tries to make it out to be. But what are we gonna do about this mess? Look down at it from behind Nayuki as she tries stirring it. We just drink it from here for the next month or so? I'm sleepy. Nayuki appears to be the only one with something else on her mind. I guess we got no choice but to let it go down the drain. I pull the chain and the stopper with it. Wasting food. Refilling the bathtub with hot water was the right idea, but it doesn't remove the smell of miso soup, meaning that everyone who goes in after is going to have that stench on them. Everyone smells like miso, and it's all your fault. Ow! No! There's no telling when she might strike again, so I'll have to also be on my guard at all times. Really seems like she's determined to continue her mischievous streak. She couldn't be more of a real nuisance if she tried. Maybe it'd be better if I scolded her like a child every time she misbehaved. But that's not my job. It's not like I'm her parent or guardian. What can I do is fight with fire. Maybe then she'll finally grow tired of her little game. I really think that might work better on her than anything else. Anyway, just need to hold out until her memory returns, assuming she really did lose her memory in the first place. Gotta go. Bye, Mafia! See you tonight, hopefully! Kick butt today, alright? Show the schools you're not to be messed with. I'll see you soon. Said that I'll just have to be patient a little longer as I roll into bed. And skip. Put that back in the fridge. You don't want any? Well, of course you don't. Makoto breathes a sigh of relief as she's saved from some horrible fate and trudges back down the hallway. Get back to sleep. Okay! Since she missed her opportunity, I'll probably sleep peacefully tonight. After relieving myself, I head straight back into my room and retreat under the covers. How incredibly naive of me. Plop! The feel of cold noodles on my face. Her persistence pays off in the end. But don't care anymore. Choose to ignore it and continue sleeping. If I oversleep and someone comes in to wake me up, they'll probably scream at the absurdity of the sight. Absurdity of the sight! Woo! It's morning! Okay. Well, it was quite the fiasco last night with the miso soup bath and all. And this is the girl who was sometimes the same. What did I do last time? 1. I did 2 last time. I decided to go with strategy number 1. I grab the pepper bottle from the table and sprinkle it on the tip of Nayuki's nose. She starts scratching her nose. I sprinkle it on her nose again. She lets out a small breath. There's no sign that she's waking up, but at least she's responding. I guess I'll just have to keep doing it until she wakes. I sprinkle even more pepper onto her. Are you planning on eating her? Akiko looks at me strangely. Not in the least. I didn't, think so. You surprised me there for a second. Achoo! I heard quite a sneeze. A quiet sneeze and I'm talking to Akiko. Achoo! I look at her and see Nayuki absent-mindedly rubbing her eyes. Good morning. You're finally up, I see. Well, you must have been sleepy. run the whole way to school to make up for lost time. My hair is super messy. I ignore her said remark and maintain my pace. Good morning! Well, for now I go out into the hallway and think. Should I go home? I can't think of anything to do and I'm hungry, so I decide to go straight home. When I get home, Akiko's hot-cooked meal will probably be waiting for me. This is truly a life I had never imagined before. I'll put my stuff in my room as soon as I get home. When I go down to the first floor to eat lunch, it appears that Makoto has just come back home. And I remember that Makoto has started helping out at the daycare center today. Looks like she's home a little early. When I go to the living room, I see Akiko and Makoto talking there. You're home early. Today is Saturday, so I asked for her to finish at noon. Would you all like to have lunch together? Akiko answers before Makoto. So how did you like helping out at the daycare center? Well, it was easy peasy. Not just pretending to be the leader of the pack by surrounding yourself with children. Of course not. I scolded them and patted them on the head. Yeah, you really did your best, didn't you? Before I can say anything more, Akiko cuts in first. Yeah, I worked hard. I worked so hard that I got really hungry. There's a lot, so you can eat a lot. There are vegetables too. Following Akiko, Makoto disappears into the kitchen. For the first time in a while, I feel like going out shopping! I'm still living off the things I bought from my parents' house, so I'm getting tired of the same books and CDs. I decide to sort through my personal belongings and go out before evening to buy something for myself. I shut myself in my room and clean it, arranging my personal belongings that had been scattered around. I finish, then I think about going out and finding that it's already 3 o'clock. On my way out, I pass by Makoto's room and the door swings open. Where are you going? Makoto's face peeks out. I'm going to do a bit of shopping. You want to go together? Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't go with you. This is how it always goes. She rejects my act of kindness and closes the door. I don't push the issue any further and decide to go out on my own as originally planned. Just as I'm about to turn the first corner after exiting the gate, there's a loud sound. It came from the house I just left. When I turn around, I see that Makoto has fallen by the gate. Must have tripped on the steps. You okay? When our eyes meet, she quickly stands up and retreats back into the house. Doesn't seem like a big deal, so I decide to let it go. After walking for a while, I feel like I'm being followed. I head to a vending machine as an excuse to glance back the way I came and see Makoto's surprised eyes. Hey! Before I can even call out to her, Makoto turns around and runs off. What a nuisance. She's probably following me in a bid to play another prank on me. From then on, I walk in silence even though Makoto seems to still be following me. Why are you following me? On the main street with nowhere to hide, I turn around and say out loud, I'm not following you at all. In the middle of the street, Makoto makes excuses, looking confused as she does. I see, so which way will you turn at the next corner? Right maybe? And we'll say our goodbye here. I'll go to the left. Okay then, later. Yeah, just get back in time for dinner. Okay. I turn the corner and end up right in front of the station. When I turn around, Makoto is still following me. Why did you come the same way as me? Huh? Oh, I just remembered something is all. I'll go over there then. Okay. Later. Yeah, later. I step past Makoto and start walking in the opposite direction. As a result, the direction I'm heading in changes from what I had planned. What business do I have walking in this direction? My memory is hazy and it's been 7 years since I last lived here. Well, I might as well check it out. I decide to take it easy. Of course, I don't really have anything too important to do. Makoto is clearly chasing me. Where are you going? What a coincidence! Stop lying already. I'm not. I just remembered I have something to do here. After scratching my head and pretending to think about it for a while, I make a proposal. Walk next to me. You already know you're following me, so we might as well walk together. Together? Yes, we live in the same house, so there's no reason to walk apart. But then, what's the problem? You can't take me by surprise? Walking alone is dull. Let's just talk while we walk. Ow! It's rare, or rather it's the first time that we walk shoulder to shoulder. While we do it, I realize that Makoto's body is even smaller than I thought. She might actually be cute if she remained quiet. As stupid as it is, that crosses my mind. That reminds me. Yes? When you're frustrated, you always say, ow, or something like that. Huh? No, I don't. You don't? I don't think I do. You just fell down near the gate, didn't you? I didn't fall on purpose. I know that. Then what of it? Were you okay? Okay now. Okay how? You weren't hurt or anything like that? Hurt? You don't feel pain anywhere, do you? Ah, no, I'm fine. I see. Well, that's good at least. Yeah, it is, right? She honestly doesn't seem to realize that I'm legitimately worried. Doesn't let her guard down the whole time, likely suspecting that I have some ulterior motive. You have a sour look on your face. When I put my hand on her head, she lets out a surprised sound and then finally relaxes. Don't really have anything to do, but just walking around with Makoto like this feels like a fun way to kill time. Up until now, we've only been at each other's throats, and there have been a lot of frustrations, but Makoto is still a girl after all. If I think about it objectively, taking a walk with a girl is luxury in itself. Hey, where are you headed? I don't know. What the heck? You're being irresponsible. Makoto runs a little to keep up with my pace. I try to keep to a scenic route along the river. I love walking, watching the snow fall on the surface of the babbling river. An overwhelming amount of snow melts and disappears every time it touches the surface of the water. Ever since I was a child, I loved that feeling of being sucked into it. Squish! Huh? I stepped on something. Huh? Makoto stops and looks down at her feet. A kitten! How did you manage to step on that of all things? Because it was sleeping here. Makoto declares as if rebuking me. The kitten stretches its and yawns as if nothing happened. It appears to be okay. Hey, don't worry about the cat. Let's get going before it starts snowing. Makoto pushes me from behind and we start walking again. We hear a meow. Whoa, it's following us! When I turn around, I see that the kitten is clinging to Makoto's feet. Maybe it's upset because I stepped on it. Is that how it looks to you? The cat is rubbing the tip of its nose against Makoto's boots. I'm not really sure, to be honest. It really looks like the kitten has taken a liking to you. Oh, how annoying. Here, I pick up the kitten and press it against Makoto's face. Where? Stop that! Try holding it. No. No. It's warm. I'm fine with cold. It's okay, really. No! I'll buy you a meat bun on the way home. Really? Yeah, I promise. Well, maybe a little then. Saying that, she happily hugs the kitten to her chest. I can't really blame her for the calculated smile on her face. She harbors a distrust of humans, so I thought it'd be easier for her to open up to animals. And because she has passionately hated me from the start, I feel like it'd be cruel to make her continue to live the way she's been living. It's my hope that this kind of interaction will soften her up a bit. Wow, it's so warm! Right? Hey! Aww, there's the kitty. Makoto puts the kitten on her head. Looks strange because the kitten is staying there with its body fully stretched out. Well, whatever. The kitten fits perfectly on the shape of her head, so I decide to let it go. We enter the shopping district from the opposite side, so in the end, we gotta take a detour to get here. I buy Makoto's favorite meat bun for her as always. Do you want some, Yuichi? Makoto asks while looking inside the bag. Of course. Didn't think I was gonna let you have them all, did you? I reach out and grab one of them. Ow! And there's another mouth to feed. Whose? The one on your head. Oh! Hang on a minute. Okay. What are you owing about? You got two, so it works out perfectly. I wonder if it'll eat it. Try and find out. Makoto seems only half convinced as she slowly moves the hand holding the meat bun closer to the cat that's resting on her head. Chomp! Wah! The cat pounces on the meat bun and lands on the ground, with the whole of it in its mouth. Hey, I didn't say you could eat the whole thing! Give it back! Makoto crouches down and even puts her hand on the ground, desperate to snatch it back. Munch munch. Meanwhile, the cat in question continues to eat the steaming meat bun with an innocent look on its face. Rather than on the same level, the kitten seems like the more adult of the two. Hey, Makoto. I grab Makoto by the scruff of her neck and pull her up as she screams in anger. Wah! What are you doing? Here, I'll give you half of mine, so just make do with that. Oh, only half? Half. If I gave you all of it, I'd have nothing to eat. Okay. She immediately extends her hand toward me. It's completely contradictory that she gets angry when she's treated like a child. And yet, she can be soothed in the same way as a child. But in actual makes her feel better, so it's easier for me to treat her that way. Ah. Halfway over the pedestrian overpass, we catch our breath while looking down at the passing cars. Well, I got my meat bun, so I've got no use for this kitten anymore. I can't help but be shocked by your words. You say the most amazing things. Amazing things? Like that you're so willing to abandon a cat that's so into you. Wouldn't you think the same if you were in my shoes? No way. Animals can be just thrown away when you don't need them anymore. That may be true in this day and age, but I personally don't think that way. You're kidding, right? I'm serious. I think you should take the cat home with you. If it has another home, it'd probably leave. If not, you can definitely take care of it. We both know that Akiko wouldn't mind. It's just sad, though. Rather than learning to live a life dependent on humans, it'd be better off learning to fend for itself in the wild. It should be released back into the wild. And besides, this isn't some stray cat. Its defenselessness and attachment to humans are evidence that it has been kept by humans since birth. It's in much more danger in the wild. You should really take care of it. Makoto glances in my direction. Then suddenly, the cat disappears from Makoto's hands. Hey! I reach out my hand, but it's too late. The cat falls onto the bed of a small truck passing below. Meow. It disappears in the blink of an eye with a shriek. It's gone. It's gone. What the hell was that? What do you think you were doing? I let my anger take over and grab Makoto by the collar of her jacket. Now, not only will that cat never see its owner again, it'll end up in a dump far, far away. Maybe the truck driver will take care of it. Listen to how irresponsible you sound, you idiot! How can you be so calm after what you did? What? It's not that big of a deal. And it has nothing to do with being irresponsible. Never took responsibility for it from the start. You! I raise a hand into the air. Idiot! Instead of hitting her, I yell as loud as I can and insult her. If I had swung my hand down, I would have seriously hurt her. Nah! Cry all you want. It won't do you any good. It's fine. I know all I need to know about you. And what's that? That I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm caught off guard when she runs into me and I fall backward. Hey, Makoto! By the time I raise my head, she's still sitting. Makoto is a small figure in the distance. She flippin' dropped a cat! I ultimately forget that my original plan was to go shopping. It's already dark by the time I get back to the house. Welcome home. When I pop my head into the living room, I hear Akiko's voice coming from the kitchen. Do you know where Makoto is? She looks at me and asks the question. She's not here? No, I mean, I heard footsteps, so I know she came back, but it appears that she immediately left again. What is she up to now? I sigh and leave the room. I head to Makoto's room. But it's completely empty. The piles of comic books and magazines have disappeared without a trace. The bed, which had always been sloppily spread out, is now made up neatly. What's going on here? Akiko is standing behind me. Oh wow, she really tidied the room up. No, Akiko, she's gone. What? Akiko looks surprised for a moment before returning her usual calm self. I'm sure she'll be back in time for dinner. I hope you're right. Something happened? Yeah, but I really don't think it's my fault. But even if you were in the right, you may have touched a nerve. But it's common sense. I have no sympathy for someone who treats living things like objects. Hope we get a call from her or something. Akiko places her hand on my shoulder. In the end, Makoto doesn't return in time for dinner. Thought maybe we'd get some prank calls, but there weren't any. Not even sure if she knows the number for this house. The three of us end up eating dinner late. However, the overturned teacup that belonged to Makoto makes her absence stand out. It's okay. She probably got tired of living here and returned to her own house. The whole memory loss thing was likely a lie anyway. I tried to put everyone at ease with my words. It was just a thought. It was a quiet evening. Creak! Creak, creak. I'm sensitive to that sound. A sound of steps in the hallway. It must be her. I guess she came back in the middle of the night because she didn't want to meet everyone face to face. I'm sure Akiko anticipated this and left the front door unlocked. I slip out of bed and go into the hallway. Oh, did I wake you? Nayuki is there rubbing her eyes. Nah, just go into the toilet. With that as my answer, I walk past Nayuki and go down to the first floor. I try standing in front of the toilet, but nothing comes out. It was a quiet morning that day as well. It's understandable since the person responsible for causing a commotion almost every night isn't here. It's nice to get enough sleep for the first time in a while, but my head feels heavy and it isn't the most pleasant of mornings. Maybe I slept too much. When I get dressed and go down to the first floor, breakfast is already finished, and Akiko and Nayuki are working on the laundry together. Good morning! Left you some breakfast! As we pass each other, Nayuki points toward the kitchen. I go to the table and have breakfast alone. In the afternoon, the clear sky begins to disappear behind oppressive gray clouds. Akiko, who is hanging laundry to dry, looks at the scene from the window with a disappointed look on her face. Looks like it's going to snow. I stop in my tracks. Akiko? What is it? I'm going out. Okay, keep warm out there. Yeah, I'll be back before evening. Well, you'll have a delicious meal waiting for you when you do. Akiko says that and smiles. I go down to the front door, tie my shoelaces tightly, and expose myself to the cold air. Without much else to do, I decide to kill time in the shopping district. There is, however, something I need to see with my own eyes. I play the games at the front of the arcade over and over again. By the time I run out of coins, it's already evening. After going back and forth from one end of the shopping district to the other, for the umpteenth time, I finally find what I'm looking for. No doubt about it, I know those clothes and height anywhere. She doesn't look all that upset. Makoto is standing in front of her favorite meat bun shop. She must have gone back to her own home after all. Her house is probably close to the shopping district. Watch for a bit, maybe. Watch her for a while, seeing no sign that Makoto is able to buy meat buns. What on earth is she doing? She appears to be negotiating with the store clerk. Suppose she's trying to buy them even though she doesn't have the money. Take out my wallet and check to see how many coins I have. How troublesome can a person be? Guess I'll buy them for her. Just as this thought occurs to me, Makoto regretfully accepts the bag of meat buns from the clerk and leaves. Walk up to the shop and talk to the clerk. The girl who was just here is an acquaintance of mine. What was she talking to you about just now? The old lady, who appears to be a part-timer, looks me over before answering. She was asking if she could get 2 for the price of 1. Huh? As greedy as ever, I see. 1 would have been more than enough. The old lady seems to be waiting for me to state my business as I stand there muttering to myself. I'll have 2 then. Which ones? Meat buns. Say it matter-of-factly. I wonder if her house is around here at all, after all. When I find Makoto again holding the bag with the meat bun in her hands, I decide to follow her in silence. I remind myself not to call out to her until I see proof that her memories have returned. Above all, that's what I wanted to confirm by coming all the way here. Just want proof that will allow me to reassure Akiko and Nayuki. Makoto stops suddenly. Maybe she's arrived home. Go around to the direction where Makoto's back is turned and look at the building in front of her. It's the arcade where I was killing time until just now. Good grief. Makoto is watching high school girls take a picture of herself, with a photo booth installed in front of the center. I lean against the shutters of the store across the street and watch Makoto. My stomach growls. Think about eating the meat bun in my hand, but know that I have to be patient. When Makoto arrives at her home, I'll give this to her as a final present. And when I do that and go home, Akiko's dinner will be waiting for me. I'll have to be strong until then. Just go home already. Continue waiting. Eventually, the 2 high school girls leave the scene and the area outside of the arcade is deserted. Makoto looks to her left and right, then trots over to the photo booths. And then she inserts a coin and takes pictures alone. What the hell is she doing? As always, her actions are difficult to understand. If you don't have money, why would you go to such lengths to take pictures? Eventually, Makoto carefully tucks the finished photos into her wallet and leaves the scene. All that remained is the unmanned photo booth. Suddenly remember why I'm here and follow after her. After passing through a shopping street in a sloped residential area, a road eventually becomes a deserted road along the mountain. Makoto, who is leading the way, turns down the side road lined with trees and walks into a dense mountain forest. Huh? Why here of all places? We climb a path that looks like a forest road for a while. Makoto steps silently, climbing the mountains without hesitation, making me think that her home is actually up ahead. However, I can't imagine there being any houses beyond this point. Is this a shortcut? However, if you have to go over a mountain, the amount of effort it takes is so much that it'd be better to take a detour. Moist leaves on the ground make the footing difficult. Suddenly, you see Makoto lying face down in the distance. Must have slipped and fell. If she falls in a place like this, the dirt will stain her clothes. She won't be able to get it out. Imagine her saying, "Ow!" and laugh. Makoto gets up and starts walking again after cleaning the dirt off her body. I follow while being careful not to close the distance any further. My field of vision suddenly opens up. In front of me is a vast starry sky. I feel like I've stepped out into space. When I look down, I see the neighboring town beyond the gentle slope. We're probably halfway up the mountain. When I look back, I see the trees continue to rise into the heights. I turn my attention back to the open space, which has no snow on it for some reason. Weird. Oops! I remember why I'm here and look around for Makoto. After arriving here, I lost sight of her. Hope she didn't notice that I've been following her. I instantly realize that such fears are unfounded. When I get to an even more open area, I find Makoto sitting in the middle of it. Without doing anything, she curls up as if embracing her belongings and looks down at the townscape in the distance. Maybe she's taking a break. Obviously, there are no houses nearby. Or maybe I misread the situation? Did I kick her out even though her memories haven't really returned and she doesn't have a place to go back to? In a place like this, you can't even keep out of the rain and dew. Even if you have no place to go, there have to be better options than this. Not that it's my responsibility to say as much. I doubt she's waiting for anyone here, so I'm really curious as to what she's planning. There's a meow, and that cat appears at Makoto's feet. Ow! I warmed my numb hands up with the meat buns, but now they're cold. But at least I can move my fingers now. Come here. Meow. The cat jumps into Makoto's lap. Sorry, I know it's cold, but you're hungry, right? We can each have half. Meow. She gives half of the meat bun to the cat. The cat seems to be very hungry as it eats the meat bun without any hesitation. You're a cat, so I wish you could just scrounge up some food somewhere. But you really are a domestic cat, huh? Makoto takes a bite out of her share of the meat bun. It's still a little bit warm. Delicious. It's cold. Come here. Small cute steps. Aha, you're warm. We're the same, aren't we? We're both nuisances with nowhere to go. Let's sleep, okay? I had such a hard time finding you last night that I didn't sleep one bit. Wish I could sleep in a warm bed. When I stand in front of her, Makoto is resting on the snow-covered grass with her eyes closed. Small white breaths are rising from her. Hey, Makoto. I call out to her, but she doesn't wake. I gather her small body into my arms and stand up. Really are a pain in the ass, you know? Who even knows what would happen to you if you slept in a place as cold as this? Anyway, I'm just glad I was able to find her. We're going home. You are part of the family, after all. Whisper in her cold cheek. Wah. In the middle of the night, I hear an ear-splitting scream. I sit up in bed with a sigh. There is only one person it could possibly be. I slip out of my warm bed, land on the cold floor, and leave the room. Where am I? It's so dark that I can't tell! Where? Rumble, 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 rumble. Thud. A shock that makes the whole house shake. It appears that she's fallen down the stairs again. She seems to be quite skilled at falling on her face. When I follow her down the stairs, I see that the lights are on in the hallway on the first floor, and and Akiko has woken up due to the usual commotion. Ow, it hurts, it hurts. What's wrong, Makoto? Are you okay? It's dangerous if you don't turn on the lights when you go down the stairs. Everyone is gathered around Makoto as she rubs her feet well flat on her butt. I was sleeping outside when I woke up. It was in a dark room. Huh? Makoto's eyes widen as she sees the faces of those around her. What are you doing here? This is where we all live. Huh? She looks around. What? Why am I back in the house? In this house? Because this is where you belong. Huh? My words stop her in her tracks as if she's unable to understand. This is your home for as long as your memory remains lost. And that's why I carried you back here, you little brat. You carried me back, Yuichi? Yeah, I did. And you were pretty damn heavy. I say that and head into the kitchen alone. I put the meat bun that I bought from Makoto into the steamer and fire it up. Yuichi, what are you doing? Thought I'd re-steam the meat buns I bought. I can do it for you. Akiko, you can make something else. I can't because I heard her stomach growling. Okay, I understand. A little more than 10 minutes later, we're facing each other at a dining table, lined with so much food that you'd never believe it was a midnight snack. What about the cat? I bought it back with you. It's sleeping in your room. Just keep it a secret from Nayuki, okay? Here, eat some meat buns. I bought them for you. Really? I'm lying, of course, but I'll give them to you, so hurry up and eat. Okay. He picks up a freshly steamed meat bun and bites into it. Munch munch. It's good, right? After finishing the late-night dinner party that had become a regular event, they'll start heading back to their beds. Like an avalanche, I decide to leave too. Tomorrow is Monday, so why are we staying up so late? Behind me, Makoto stands silently, even though the floor is cold. Well, even if you don't like being with me, just be patient a little longer. Best viewers on steamboo.com, remove the space. Thank you, D4V Black OF. Wow, I appreciate your commitment to the bot thing or whatever. Just give me a second. Let me just while you're here. Goodbye. Okay, where were we, guys? Just be patient. I pat her on the head. Huh? Just before I fell asleep? Yeah. I felt a warm breath on my face. That was me. Yeah, I know. So Yuichi? What did you say? Huh? Did I say something? You don't remember? Was it that thing that they say at funerals? Namu Amida Butsu? Or something? Don't act like I died. Sorry, how inconsiderate of me. Enough already. I'm going to bed. With a sigh, she goes back to her room. She's such a strange one. What is she so dissatisfied with? I'm worried that she might come to attack me in my sleep again. I go back to my room, think gloomily that my days of sleep deprivation will soon resume again. Yep. Always sleep deprived. Notice that my sleeping is shallower. I feel like I'm walking from dream to dream. Meanwhile, I hear someone breathing. The faint scent gives me this impression that it's a girl's breathing. It's nearby. It feels so close. I feel like I'm being licked. It's just under my nose. The licking continues. Wonder if dreams can really be this convenient. I bring my mouth closer to hers as if to accept it. Our tongues overlap. Okay. What is going on here? I don't know who the other person is, but I'm enjoying it all the same. Cool. Yuichi just had tongues with a cat. Gosh! I wake up as if suddenly ripped out of the dream world, and there, right in front of me, is the face of a cat. When I come to my senses and wipe the area around my mouth with the back of my hand, I find that it's sticky and wet. Wah! Was I seriously exchanging passionate kisses with this cat? Makoto, you little brat! I grab the cat by the scruff of its neck and leave the room to find Makoto. Oh hey, Yuichi! Good morning! There's no limit to how low you're willing to stoop, is there? That prank could cause serious psychological damage. What prank? You put this cat up to it, didn't you? I thrust out the cat, its limbs fully extended without any resistance. Ow! I was wondering where that cat went off to and have been looking for it. Thanks for finding it for me. She extends her hands toward it. Don't play dumb with me. You seriously want me to believe you weren't up to no good last night? That this cat didn't have an accomplice? Give it back to me already. Give it back? Since when did it become your property? You're the one who threw it off the pedestrian overpass. That wasn't on purpose. It was so sad, I'll take better care of it. It's more attached to me, so it belongs to me. Besides, I feel this is the cat who saved me after I lost my memory. Saved you? Yeah, I think it was a cat that helped me with my wallet, etc. And now that I think about it, I think it was this cat. Wonder what it takes for someone to actually be able to think that way. But that aside, there's the fact that Makoto's wallet isn't even hers in the first place. Should probably confiscate it later and reinsert the original amount. So hey, give it back to me already. You only claim it to be yours when it's convenient to do so. Have you given the cat the apology it deserves? I have. She's probably not just saying that either. That much could be easily understood by seeing them upon that hill last night. Without remorse, there's no way Makoto would have been there with the cat after it disappeared from the pedestrian overpass. Must have seen the abandoned cat as similar to herself when she ran away from the house. I think she was able to get there after going through a period of regret and making an unimaginable amount of effort. Although the situation was chilling, I feel like I was maybe able to teach Makoto something important. I'll be a good father, won't I? Give it back to me. Hurry up already. Makoto slaps my hand that is holding the cat. Shut up. Who's the idiot here? I push the cat into her face. Wah! She hurriedly takes it and holds it in her arms. Ah, it's so fluffy. Of course, if it had spikes, it would be painful and no one would keep it. Yeah, you're right. Makoto follows closely behind me as I head for breakfast. Can I keep it? Ask Akiko. I'm sure you'll know immediately. Yeah. It's okay. Well, it really took only a second. Right? We've added new members to the family and things are getting livelier than ever. Even homeless people would be welcome here. But don't tell Nayuki. If she finds the cat, we'll be in trouble. Is it a problem? Anyway, she can't find out. But it's bound to get out eventually, so now that we're living under the same roof. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay. How great. Makoto sounds like a child as she strokes the cat's head. She's doing it so clumsily that the cat is bound to have a bald spot there within a week that if she keeps it up. Hey, stars over Hyrule! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Makoto Found a Kitty Cat. How you doing? What do you want to eat? We don't have any fish this morning. Oh hey! Crash! Huh? Hot! The cat slaps a bowl of the miso soup with its paw and dumps the contents into my lap. I'm tired from shoveling snow. Oh no. Is it very snowy where you are, Stars? Are you trying to burn me? Oh dear, oh dear. Wipe off the miso soup with the wet cloth I received from Akiko. Ow! 8 to 9 inches. That's a lot, right? Like, a lot. Yeesh. That's annoying. Well, I wish you luck with your future shovelings. It's like having a clone of you around. Perhaps letting Makoto keeping the cat will only cause more trouble for me. With what happened this morning, it's hard for me to believe that it was an incidental continuation of my bad luck. Even so, there is the added benefit of keeping Makoto in line, so I guess I should just put up with this the best I can for now. I'm in a really tough spot here. So what is its name? Its name? Well, it doesn't have one yet. Maybe I should name it. Yeah, okay. Makoto nods without objection. The effect of the pet on her seems to be tremendous, that's why I decided to give it some serious thought. It's done now. It's done. It is finished. I got it. Name it something cute, okay? Leave it to me. I looks aside. I think I know a thing or two about attracting girls. Sure, it's all up to you. Makoto's eyes shine with anticipation as she waits for my announcement. Okay then. The name that immediately comes to mind is... Cat Ito Katso Nakozuka. Yasuda's cat. Let's try this one. Katso Nakozuka. Who is that? That cat. Why that? Yuck, it's like a human name. I see. Not a fan, huh? Well then. Shamso Shamzuka. What's with your insistence on Sho and Zuka? It just suits it. You can come up with something cuter than that. Yeah, good point. Okay then, how about Meat Bun? You like them, right? I do, but I don't want to name it after a food. Pierogi maybe? Huh? What is that? It's cute, right? You can call it Piro-chan to make it even cuter. I can't recommend that name though. Yeah, it's cute, but where does it come from? Nothing special really. The name is a word born from the Maiden of the Cosmos, which just happens to tickle my inner maiden. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I admit that it is kinda cute. She lifts the cat up to her face. From this day on, your name will be Piro. Do you like it? Meow! Oh, it replied. I must like it. That's great. I was only joking with my selection, but she went with it anyway. By the way, Pierogi is the name of a Russian deep-fried meat bun, so it's pretty much the same as calling it a meat bun. If I tell her, she'll just get pissed again, so I'll just stay silent for now. Even though it's time to go out, Naiyuki seems to be still having breakfast. Guess I'll go on ahead alone then. When I finish getting ready and leave my room, Makoto comes up the stairs. Oh, are you heading out already? Yeah. Hold on a second, we can go together. Hurry it up then, I don't have much time. Okay. She rushes into her room. I just finished putting on my shoes at the entrance when Makoto finally comes down from the second floor. Try to keep you waiting. Stars, look at the kitty cat. Tell me this is not the cutest thing ever. The cutest visual novel cat you've seen. Piro is on top of her head. You're bringing the cat with you? Huh? Yeah, of course. Why do you ask? Why? Well, is it really okay to take it to the daycare center? Is there any reason I can't? Well, most people wouldn't, but I promised to take care of it, so I should take it with me. Akiko said she doesn't mind taking care of it while you're gone, but I want us to be together too. Huh, it's time to go. This is no time to be chatting away at the entrance. Let's go, Makoto. Wah! I don't have my shoes on yet! Don't bother. Don't bother with what? Putting on your shoes. You can wait long enough for that. We hurriedly leave the house. Okay, but hey, the daycare is that way, isn't it? I point to the opposite direction of the way I take to school. Huh? Oh, right. I guess this is a farewell then. Later. Wah! Hold on! I can take another route! She ends up going the same way as me. Do you really have time to take the long way around? I'll be fine if I run. If you have to run, you should probably stick to your usual route. I'll be fine. Don't blame me if you end up arriving late. I won't. Then do what you will. Okay. I walk briskly. Makoto is half running to keep up with me. Hey, Yuichi? Yes? What is it? Why do you think meat buns are so delicious? Why that of all questions? I take a hard look at the face lined up next to me. It's small talk. I'm just making small talk. That's a pretty hard topic for small talk. Want me to reveal the secrets behind what makes them so delicious? You don't have to go that far. You can say, they just are, or something like that. They just are. Ugh, I think I'm going to be sick. I'm making the same cutesy tone she used to makes me want to throw up. Oh, come on. How can you possibly get sick talking about delicious meat buns are? She slaps me on the behind. It's because you brought up such a strange topic. Choose a topic that's easier to go back and forth with. Let's see. Well, professional baseball is in the off-season, so I'm not really sure what to talk about at this time of year. Winter is for meat buns, that's why I brought it up. Does that mean we'll be talking about watermelons all summer? That'd be a bit extreme, don't you think? You do nothing but read comics, so you don't have much to talk about. Watch the news and read newspapers to keep up with current events. Events? You really are ignorant, are you? In any case, Makoto probably thinks I'm talking about festivals or concerts. What to make of all this? So what are these events you're talking about? Makoto is tugging at the hem of my uniform blazer as if desperate to know the answer. They're events that are being held at the moment. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, what else would they be? Give her a little hit on the head. Ow, why did you hit me? Because you're so stupid. Yuichi, everyone has things they know and don't know. They may be true, but at least I'm well versed in common sense. Trying to throw me off with your big words again. You're a coward. Would you rather I use childish language? Childish language? Goo goo gaga. That would make even less sense. Would it though? Even you talked like that once. I wouldn't know. I lost my memory, like I said. How convenient that you can use your memory loss as a shield. And that's why I can't understand difficult words either. You'll be shocked at how smart I am once I get my memory back. I'll help you with your studies, Yuichi. Yeah, I'm sure you'd make a great tutor. Not wanting to indulge her any further, I let her go. Because if I let the argument go any further, I'll definitely end up being late. Later then, as I turn the last corner leading to school, I say goodbye and see Makoto look around in a panic. Huh? Where is this? The school. I'll point to the school gate in front of me. Ma, I don't know how to get back from here. What if you just went back to the station? It's a straight shot from there. But I won't make it on time. Then you better hurry. Push her hard in the back. Hey, what gives? I'm running late myself, so just ask someone for directions. I'm not sure what to do, but I have to hurry. Yeah, good luck. We part ways and run to our respective destinations. After finishing all my classes for the day, I head home without making any detours. Nice, fast school day. Give me a second, lads. Yes! I'm back! I take off my shoes at the entrance and change into slippers. Squish! Meow. It's Piro. Ack, it's you! I must took you for a slipper. Not that I really wear slippers all that often anyway. I grab the cat by the neck, lift it up, and go looking for its owner. Hey Makoto! She's not in the living room. Akiko hums while preparing dinner in the kitchen. Akiko, where's Makoto? I think she's in her room. Thanks. I go up the stairs and open the door to Makoto's room. Makoto, are you here? I see her curled up and holding her knees in the corner of the room. Hey Makoto! You leave the cat in a place like that, everyone will mistake it for slippers and try to wear it. No response. What's up, Makoto? Are you not feeling well? No. Her voice is muffled as she answers. Did you get yelled at for being late? No. Did you accidentally swallow bird poo while laughing with your mouth wide open? No. And why are you sulking? I'm going to quit my job at the daycare center. What for? I told me not to take Piro there anymore. She finally looks up and tells me the reason why. Oh, is that all? Is that all? Akiko will take care of the cat while you're gone, so just leave it here. But I want us to be together. You really should have a bit more common sense than that. Do you seriously want to have a cat clinging to you 24 hours a day? But, you never change, do you? But hey, look. Release Piro and then to the middle of the room. It immediately runs up to Makoto and settles in on top of her head. Ah, you're heavy. Aren't you the dynamic duo? Being apart for half a day won't change that. I wonder. It's been that way since you first met. The cat has really taken a liking to you. Yeah! Feeling a little relieved, Makoto holds Piro to her chest and rests her cheek against the cat's. Around 10 o'clock, I grab a change of clothes and go downstairs to take a bath. When I get to the bathroom, it seems like someone is still there, and the glass door is still closed. Just as I'm about to go back, I hear Nayuki and Akiko talking in the living room. That must mean that Makoto is in the bath. I'll kill a bit of time and come back later. I decide to return to my room. It's about time for me to sleep. The door suddenly opens and Makoto rushes in. Yuichi! Yuichi! Don't you know how to knock? It's not like you knock when you come into my room either. Well, that's because it's you. There are things I don't want you to see. You don't want me to see them because I'm a girl. What if you come in while I'm changing or something? I'll let it slide. Don't do that. Okay, then I'd shriek in surprise. I'd be the one doing that. It's 10 years too soon for you to be screaming just because someone sees you naked. Maybe, but I still have curves in all the right places. Show them to me then. All I have to do is scream and the cops will come running. They'll come running for you. You're the unidentified runaway, after all. Arg, say that again and I won't show you. I can't help but feel sorry for you for having to miss out on something so cute. I didn't even bother to call you. What are you on about? What's with the arrogance all of a sudden? That's none of your business. I'll just enjoy it alone. Hold up, can't say all that only to leave me hanging. I had nothing to say to someone chomping that hard at the bit to see a naked girl. Okay, I apologize. I'll never do it again. Really? Yes, really. Wonder if I can tell you then. Huh? Tell me what? Well... What's this? Lick lick. What? You ask? It's Piero's meal. So what? So what's so cute that it'll make me faint? This! What is this? It's Piero's meal. It's lapping up milk. I can see that. But what is it that's so irresistibly cute? This! Cute, right? So this is it? A cat eating its meal is this irresistibly cute thing you were going on and on about? Yeah! Let's call it a night and go to sleep. Hey, what gives? Come on! How are you going to live your life being so moved by something so ordinary? Are you going to stand here and look on in awe 3 times a day? But it's really cute! You're something else, you know that? You probably even think it's cute when it's squatting down to relieve itself. Oh, how did you know? Wow, just wow. What? You don't hate this cat either, do you? Well, do you mind if I sleep here tonight? Huh? I've only got one bed. You idiot, I'm joking. I'll put my hand on Makoto's head and stand up. Do your homework and get to bed, okay? Oh, I guess freeloaders don't have homework. I decide to go back to my room and sleep. Creak, creak. I hear a noise. Ultimately, I'm only allowed to sleep peacefully when Makoto is away. Prepare. I sleepily raise myself up. Creak, creak. The noise stops in front of my room. I stand at the door waiting for it to open. Creak! And just as it does, I yell as loud as I can. Wah! As expected, Makoto falls over and hits her head hard against the hallway wall. Ow! Ow! You surprised me! That's because you tried to disturb my slumber. I didn't do that, but I was thinking of waking you up. The fact that you're trying to wake me up this late at night is a nuisance in itself. Get some sleep. Hold on, didn't I come here to play a prank on you? And what is it? Piero is sick. What? As soon as I enter Makoto's room, a strange smell hits my nose. Piero! When Makoto calls out to the cat in the darkness, Piero stumbles toward her, starts emptying its bowels. What a mess. Ugh. Ow! What are we going to do? You had the cat drink milk before bed. It was still cold, wasn't it? Yeah. Think a little harder about its health next time, okay? All your doting over it is going to do more harm than good. Okay. For now, wipe it off and wrap it in a towel. I'll clean up. Okay, sorry. Fool. Phew! I clean until it looks as if nothing had happened, but the smell doesn't seem like it'll be going away anytime soon. Well, I think Piero's feeling a little better. Makoto is holding the cat, tightly wrapped in a bath towel to keep it warm. Keep your room warm, okay? Okay. I'm going back to bed. Thank you. Sure thing. Good night. I pat Makoto on the head and leave. January 19th. The next morning, as I'm putting on my shoes at the entrance before leaving, Makoto comes down the stairs just like she did yesterday. Ask her if she wants to leave with me, and she nods. You actually behaved yourself last night. Huh? Well, I suppose the Piero incident kinda got in the way. Yeah, right. Is something wrong? You're not sick, are you? I don't know. I was determined to never forgive you, but I kinda lost the motivation to keep it up. That's what it means to have learned your lesson. I don't think it's that. What else could it be? Maybe it has something to do with the memory loss. Yeah, maybe. Once I remember, I might be able to figure out the reason for everything. I want you to remember it quickly and realize that this was all just a misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, that much I know. Where does such a firm belief come from? For the time being, I'll just be happy if I can sleep peacefully. Yeah, I think you'll be fine. You know, you would be pretty cute if you stuck with the pranks. What? Seriously? Yeah. Oh, and you've got the mouth of a sailor, so it'd be nice if you didn't talk either. Maybe you could work on your modesty a little. After that, you can build up a cuter wardrobe and work on your facial expressions a little. You want me to change everything? I guess you're right. Nothing but bones and organs remain after that. It's the same thing as saying I'm not cute. It's not, and well, the potential is definitely there. Just don't rush into things so much. To make up for it, I'll call you Makopi from now on. That'll only make me angry. I see. Sorry to hear that. After a moment of silence, Makoto, who had been walking ahead, turns around. What time does school end today? We have to prepare for an event today, so classes end in the morning, I believe. Lucky me. I see. What is it? Just asked is all. What time do you finish work? The time isn't really set. That must be nice. Isn't it going well? Yeah. I see. So you're really trying hard, huh? Yeah. I turn the last corner and part ways with Makoto. School. When morning classes end, I stand in the hallway holding a mop, watching my classmates leave the school. Let's get this over with. Another student on cleaning duty runs past me. I was excited about where to go this afternoon, but now I'm stuck doing this. I feel completely out of motivation. I reluctantly put myself to work. However, I suddenly look down at the school gate from the window and stop again. A girl wearing familiar clothes is standing there, recognizable even from a distance. Makoto. What is she doing here? She seemed to be checking the faces of the students as they slowly leave the school. I suppose she's waiting for me. Wonder if she's trying to get something to eat on the way home. Anyway, the wind seems to be strong today. Dust is flying in the schoolyard. Really, must be cold out there. There's a female student who is also staring at Makoto, directly across from me. Perhaps having heard me whispering, she turns around and speaks. Do you, by chance, know her? I don't recognize her. She looks like she's a year younger than me. Who? That's just to make sure there's no misunderstanding. The girl waiting down by the gate. Yeah, I do. Random girl who I don't know. Who I do actually know, but for the sake of the playthrough, I'll say I don't know. Yeah, I know her. Is she waiting for you? Probably. I'm the only student at this school she knows. Of course she knows Nayuki as well. However, they don't seem to get along that well, and as things stand, I can't imagine her waiting for anyone other than me. She looks like a nice girl. She smiles a little. She was so expressionless that even a small smile suddenly brightens her up a lot. Yeah, she's nice alright, but clumsy. Answer and smile, because when I think back on Makoto's clumsiness, it actually is really funny. The girl from the lowest year silently walks toward the end of the hallway. When she reaches the stairs, she disappears down them. She didn't say goodbye, so I wait for a while, thinking she might come back, but she never shows up. She doesn't seem like a bad girl, but she's definitely a strange one, with a different vibe from the others. I don't feel guilty at all, but I think I should have at least asked for her name. I take a moment to think about it. Maybe we'll meet again. We go to the same school almost every day, so it's hard to believe this will be a one and only time meeting. After cleaning up quickly, I return to the classroom. When I grab my bag and head out of the school gate, I see Makoto standing there in the same position as I did when I looked down from the window earlier. What are you doing here? What am I doing? I'm waiting, that's what. For me? Who else would I be waiting for here? Should go make you some friends then. Wah! When I pull her by the hand and try to move back, Makoto screams and resists. Listen, you're going to need friends, so do your best to make some. No way! I don't even know how to start. You'll be fine, just go. Thud. I push Makoto back and have her meet the female students who have come through the school gate. What the? A group of 3 female students call out in confusion at the sudden appearance of a girl in casual clothes. However, when they realize that the other girl is younger than them, their expressions immediately soften. Yes? Friends! Friends? Yeah. Want to be friends with us? Makoto looks down and freezes, even though all she had to do was nod. Ow! Then as if she had reached the limit of her endurance, she lets out her usual moan, turns tail, and runs away. Seriously, what is she doing? I quickly follow suit, passing in front of the stunned female students. Hey Makoto! Once the school gate is out of sight, I finally catch up with Makoto. Hey, don't get your hackles up, it's just me. When I open my arms, Makoto seems to feel relieved and relaxes her shoulders. Ow! Hey, I'll treat you to a meat bun, so just come with me, okay? Okay. Maybe it was a bad idea to try to introduce her to girls she didn't know. My shallow thinking only ended up getting her hurt. Hoping to both apologize and improve her mood, I treat Makoto to a meat bun in the shopping district. The two of us eat together as we slowly make our way home. Oh, it's snowing! Makoto looks up at the sky. White sprites fall gently onto her bangs. Hope this brings happiness to her as well. I feel pity for Makoto's situation, a situation where she doesn't even know who she is, where her memories don't come back. When I first met her, I was skeptical of the claim that she had lost her memory. However, when I see her go through the hardships like the one just now, it's hard, if not impossible, to doubt her. It's cold. She shakes her head like a dog to get the snow off. It's like she's shaking off the happiness that was brought with them, and it's kind of unsettling to watch. Who on earth are you anyway? I'm Makoto. Makoto. How do you even know that's your name? It's the only thing I remember. Not that I know that that's what I was called or not. Right? Makoto Sawatari. The name is too good for you. That's not true. It's the perfect name for me. No. If it's you we're talking about, well... I give up on the joke I was going for. Makoto really isn't Makoto's name. I feel that we'll become strangers as soon as we know that. If it's me we're talking about, what? Nothing. I'm pretty sure Makoto is your real name. That's what I'm saying. Hey, eat your meat bun. If you get too distracted by this conversation, you'll drop it. Ow! She takes the last bite, licks her fingers, and wipes them on the hem of her jacket. I'm back! Welcome back! Yuki is coming out of the kitchen as we reach the entrance. What's for lunch? Makoto asked the question keenly. Omelet rice! Wow, omelet rice! She raises her arms and cheers. Go wash your hands and rinse your mouth. Okay! She nods obediently and runs down the hallway. She really is one of the family, isn't she? And Yuki speaks after Makoto is out of sight. That's right. I don't know what changed, but she's been much more attentive than before. It's a good thing, right? You never think, do you, Yuichi? Where did that come from so suddenly? Probably don't know this, but my mother has been working hard on this. What do you mean? See? Completely clueless. Sorry, but what am I clueless about? I pushed the issue, that she's been looking for her parents. Huh? Makoto's? Yes, the police are also working on it. But they said they can't find them. Nobody's ever filed a missing persons case. That might be the kind of household she ran from. Yuki lowers her eyes and lets out a heavy breath. However, she suddenly turns to face me. Even if her parents are found, my mother plans to keep her here until her memory returns. That's what she told me, and that's why I'm telling you. I see. I keenly feel that I was the only one clueless as to what was going on. Akiko is also there for her daughter. If Yuki were to go missing, she would be totally heartbroken. I have to thank her. Omelette rice! Makoto suddenly appears from around the corner and runs straight into the kitchen. So what were we talking about? All I wanted to say is that you shouldn't forget that she has a family too. Oh, I know that. After finishing lunch, I relax in my room for a while. I don't really have anything to do, but I don't want to waste time being lazy, so I go out. Just as I heave myself up, the door to the room opens. Makoto is the only person I can think of brazen enough to intrude upon me. Yuichi! Yuichi! I hear the voice I expected to hear. How many times do I have to tell you to knock? I look in her direction and warn her, but that warning will probably have to have been forgotten by tomorrow. I mean, I warned her yesterday, after all. Let's read comics! She is holding a pile of comics in her hands. Is that really the kind of thing you invite someone to do? What's wrong with it? What's fun about two people reading in silence together? We can show each other interesting scenes while we read. It's a lot of fun. That may be fun for you, but it doesn't sound fun to me at all. Sorry, but please read by yourself. Oh, okay. I understand. She nods obediently, turns around and leaves the room. She continues to act in a way that makes absolutely no sense. I get ready to go out and leave the room without worrying about it. Makoto comes out of her room, spots me, and hurries over. What is it this time? Let's make paper airplanes and fly them. Paper airplanes? Yeah, paper airplanes. I was trying one by myself just now, but mine didn't fly well. I don't care. Wanna make them together? Nah. Oh, okay. I understand. She turns her back to me and heads back to her room. It seems like she's trying to get my attention. I was about to leave, but finding it funny how desperate she is, I decide to go back to my room. After that, Makoto continues to visit my room, suggesting various activities. None of what she suggests interests me. I politely refuse and kill time waiting for the next visit. As I'm eating dinner, I think to myself, what am I doing? I've wasted my day. That night, even after getting into bed, I can't fall asleep and keep tossing and turning. All I wanted to say is that you shouldn't forget that she has a family too. Ayuki's words during the day make me feel guilty, then it feels like they're stuck in my head. Makoto Sawatari. I say the name out loud. I wonder if my slumber-like consciousness helped with any. As if I'm in a dream, I just vaguely look at old memories without any basis for doing so. And I definitely saw it there. That name. That must have been from when we were in elementary school. Makoto Sawatari. I only remember the sound of it. It is colored in subtleties and that are both thrilling and painful. It's the name of the woman I was in love with at the time. Is that this girl? This Makoto? No, that doesn't make sense. She must have been 3 or 4 years older than me. It couldn't possibly be the same Makoto who is living with me now. No matter how you look at it, Makoto is 3 or 4 years younger than me. And if they are not the same person, maybe they know each other at the time? My head is nearing a state of clear awakening. I feel excited that I found a connection between Makoto and me. A woman by the name of Makoto Sawatari. Perhaps Makoto is a friend of that Makoto Sawatari. She may have heard stories about me from her, and she may be mistaking them for her own memories. I've heard that multiple personalities can be formed in this way. Wait, it doesn't make sense either. Back then I never spoke a single word to Makoto Sawatari. I'm positive that I was only watching her from afar. I'm also positive that I never told anyone else about my feelings for her. It's strange that Makoto, a third party, would bring this up from the depths of her memory as a point of contact with me. The people who know about that, only one in my room at the time, would be... Meow? The cat! Wah! I suddenly feel something like a weight on my face as I jump up. And I jump up. When I turn on the light, I see Piro curled up and sleeping next to my pillow. Hey, Yuichi! Makoto pops in through the door without knocking. Is Piro in here? Right here? Like it belongs here. Oh, there you are. She comes in without asking and sits down on the corner of the bed. You shouldn't sleep here without permission. Wasn't this your doing? What do you mean? Another prank of yours or something? Nah, the cat just disappeared on me is all. Whoa. Didn't you do something to upset it again? Didn't do anything at all. It was warm, so I put Piro up to my belly and went to sleep. Still don't get it, do you? What? Piro seemed cold too, so I thought we could both be warm. Okay. Even if it's warm, you shouldn't try to force the cat to do what you want it to do. I just thought it was a good idea. Hey Piro, let's go back. Makoto pokes Piro on the cheek. Don't wake it up. I'm all good, so please go back to your room and sleep. Huh? What about Piro? Piro can sleep here with me. No, I want us to sleep together. Put up with it just for tonight. Well, I'll just sleep here too then. She crawls into bed next to me. Sweet dreams, Piro. Hey, don't make decisions like that on your own. You're seriously thinking of sleeping next to me? Without any reply, Makoto begins to breathe slowly. I guess I'll sleep in Makoto's room instead. When I try to crawl out of bed, I feel Makoto's hand grab my pajamas. Hey Makoto. Start to say, then falter. It's not right for me to wake her up after telling her to let Piro sleep. Then again, this is Makoto we're talking about, so I'd hardly feel guilty. Decide to leave it at that. Then I return to the comfort of me bed. We're like a family sleeping with Piro in the middle. It looks kinda funny. But now it's the 20th. That's when everything goes down. Oh, my meat bun! Meow. When I wake up to see what all the commotion is about, Makoto, who is still half asleep, is biting Piro's butt. Hey Makoto, get back to your room already. Ow? Yeah. Whether she understands the situation or not, she gets up and leaves the room. Biro follows her out. They may have mistakenly thought that we would be continuing to sleep like this. I think this is because Makoto's steps are so unsteady that it seems like she's going to fall back asleep. That day too, Makoto and I decide to leave the house together. It's so cold. Breathing out a wide breath, Makoto rubs her empty hands together. Of course it is. I'd be more worried if it suddenly became so hot that we started sweating. It's small talk. I'm just making small talk. Not to be so short with me. She got me there. Perhaps it's because we're always been on the verge of war. I seem to be refusing to proceed with any conversation as a conditioned reflex. But Makoto being more straightforward and honest is a good thing. It occurs to me that I've probably been seeking a relationship more like this lately. I think it's going to snow. Maybe. Makoto looks up at the sky as if she had regained her composure. Yeah, well, it does nothing but snow here. What? It sounds like you really want to say it'd be scary if you see your chin started falling from above. You're amazing. She guessed exactly what I decided not to say. You're easy to understand, Yuichi. That's how shallow you are. Yeah, right. When I'm with you, I feel like a total moron, too. You make it sound like I'm the moron and you're just going along with it. No. The two of us just became more moronic when we're together. Oh, okay. But should I accept that? It's okay, right? It's more fun to be stupid. And it's more precious now than ever. It's hard to find time to be stupid these days. I guess that comment doesn't bother her too much. Makoto hurries ahead and a slight bounce in her step as she does. Follow suit, widening my stride. School. The class drags on, even into lunch break. I realize that I've missed the opportunity to purchase bread early, but continue to relax even after class ends. If I get there in the middle of the rush, I'll be jostled by the crowd. I'll be able to buy the same things if I get there later, so it's really not worth it to rush. To use up more time, I head to the first floor using the stairs that I usually only take on my way to and from school. I pass a familiar face along the way. Plus there is a student in the school who looks exactly like her. She would definitely be the school I exchanged a few words with in the hallway after school yesterday. She's all alone again today with no friends. I've been thinking about something since we parted ways yesterday. I've been thinking that she could be friends with Makoto. From the look of things yesterday, she seems to have a good impression of Makoto, and maybe she wants to make friends as well. So considering this coincidence to be a blessing in disguise, I call out to her. Hey!
Hi.
Yes? The girl stops and looks back. Ah! She sees my face and lets down her guard a little. What is it? Oh, I was just wondering if you had time to talk. Right now? Yeah, now is fine. I mean, it's lunch, right? I already ate. That's fast, because I don't eat much. I'm not really sure if the connection between a small meal and eating fast. Well, in my head, I'm already making plans for what's to come. I see. Why don't we talk in the school cafeteria? I hadn't had lunch yet. No, I'm not good with crowds. Okay, in that case, how about in the courtyard? We can eat in peace there. The courtyard, it's cold, isn't it? It doesn't bother me. Well then, it doesn't bother me either. Okay, let's do it there. Speaking to her again today, notice that her answer has an impressive ring to it. And she listens very seriously. It seems like it would encourage people to talk. The more we talk, the more I feel I find things to like about her. And I have a very good feeling about that. I'll hurry off to buy some bread, so go ahead and take your time. Okay, but there's really no need for you to rush. I feel happy that I hear that from behind me. I'm confident that she can become good friends with Makoto. I really have a good feeling about it. When I arrive in the courtyard, the girl calls out to me, waving her hand as she does. It's cold here. Are you sure you're okay? I ask again as I approach. Yes. After hearing her answer without any hesitation, I decide not to pursue it any further. Should we sit? We sit down on the edge of the stone steps. It'd be easier for me to talk to you if I knew your name. My name is Michio Amano. Amano, huh? Since she's in a lower year, I decided to just call her by her last name. I'm Yuichi Aizawa. Okay. You can call me Aizawa, or Yuichi, or whatever you like. Okay, I'll call you Aizawa then. Sure, whatever is fine. I placed a can of oolong tea next to her and unwrapped the hard-rolled sushi that I had bought. I wonder how I should break the ice. I can't jump straight into the point right off the bat. Jeez. I only recently transferred here. This might be kind of mean. Recently transferred here? I mean to this school. I see. Yes, it's been about 2 weeks since I came to this town. It changed quite a bit then. Did I tell you about me living here a long time ago? No. Then how did you know that? How did you know I used to live here? You said you're acquainted with that girl, so I just put 2 and 2 together. Huh? This is getting more perplexing by the second. How does knowing her translate to living here in the past? It's entirely possible that we met after I transferred here, and that's actually the case. Is that right? Amano gives a vague reply to my opinion without making any particular objections. My impression of her being mysterious only deepens as I continue this conversation. So that's why I don't have a lot of friends yet. Okay. It's hard to find people as easy as you to talk to. Okay. But you have a lot of friends. No, not really. You can't be serious, right? Your first year is already coming to an end. I have rushed ahead and asked too much. No, I really don't. Okay. I really don't. Before I can correct myself, Amano answers calmly. That's surprising. Maybe you seem hard to approach. You're really easy to speak to, though. I keep talking and try to make her feel better. But it's my fault, so don't worry. Maybe you're not assertive enough? Perhaps I struggle with people I don't know. Well, pretty much everyone is like that from the start. You just have to try to talk to them. I suppose so. A question suddenly comes to mind. I didn't even know you until we talked after school yesterday, right? Or maybe we've met before? We haven't. I didn't know you until yesterday. So doesn't that mean you can do it if you try? No. What do you mean by that? I didn't because you knew that girl. It gave me a sense of relief. She asked me twice, so I couldn't help but ask her back. I've been wondering for a while now, but do you know her or something? No. There are many things that Amano says that make little to no sense to me. I don't understand her at all. Is she the kind of person who just says strange things that don't make any sense whatsoever? Of course, if that's the case, it might explain why she doesn't have any friends. Let's talk about that girl, Makoto. Finally get to the point. Okay. She's extremely shy, or rather, she doesn't open up to others. I see her at home too, but even though we live together, it doesn't seem like we'll be able to get that close to each other. Okay. I guess she's just not cut out for making friends. I think friends are important, especially for girls at that age. I feel like it allows them to talk about their worries. Life is a lot harder if you have to keep it all bottled up. And that's why. Are you implying that I should be friends with her? Her voice sounds stiff, and I'm surprised by the suddenness of her question. It's so full of anger that it completely changes my impression of the quiet girl I thought she was. You cannot possibly be so cruel as to imply that. She continues speaking in the same manner, as if she's looking at something guilty. She stares intently at something buried into the ground below her. I seem to have greatly irritated her, although I have no idea how. And that's why I can't figure out how to respond. I won't be friends with that girl. Amano, you... I finally opened my mouth. There are things that were said earlier that still bother me. You actually do know that girl, don't you? I do not. I wasn't lying earlier. Then why did you respond as defiantly as you did? It's almost as if you've been convinced there's something for a while now. Yes, I have been. And what is that? That I've met you and that girl before. When? A long time ago. She really sounds sure of it. That might be because of her tone, which doesn't show even the slightest bit of hesitation. But you have no memory of that yourself, isn't that right? It is, but that's only natural. I mean, at that time, that girl was... The temperature in my body drops. It may have been because of the cold, but it could also have been the feeling of my blood draining out of me. A bad omen, to be sure, if it's the latter. Wait. I stretch out my arm and point my palm toward Amano's face. Okay. Amano does as she's told and stops speaking. Please don't say anything more. Okay. Amano is the only reason I'm able to remain so calm. What she's trying to say is probably at least enough to keep me confused for a while. If it's Amano speaking, even the misfortunes of her own family are bound to come across as if they're someone else's business. Well, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. With me still at a loss for words, Amano stands up without saying anything at all. Just then, the chime sounds as if she'd been waiting for it to do so. I start to regret ever getting involved with this girl. She knows just what to say to get under my skin. If it was just because she was a daydreamer, it wouldn't be all that bad. If that's the reason why she doesn't have any friends, it's an easy enough reason to understand. Things would get messy if I allowed her to stir up Makoto and my relationship with words born of her wild delusions. During my afternoon classes, I twirl my mechanical pencil absent-mindedly. When it's time to leave school, I quickly stuff my textbooks into my bag and leave the classroom. Wonder if that girl is waiting for me somewhere. Although the anxiety from that crosses my mind, I'm able to make it to the school gate without encountering any familiar faces. Oh hey, you've been waiting. Just a little, yeah. I meet up with Makoto, who is waiting with her face glowing bright red as usual. Oh. Okay. Let's go home then. I push Makoto's shoulder and head home from school early. When we return home, Makoto seems to be engrossed in something and doesn't take even a single step out of her room. Suppose that she's still into comics as much as ever. After eating dinner, I watch TV in the living room with Nayuki and Akiko. We take our baths in turns, and all that's left to do is to go to bed. I'm gonna get a drink, because I need a flippin' drink. Just as I'm under the covers, the door suddenly opens and light from the hallway leaks in. In the shadows is the body of a small girl. Hey, Yuichi! Oh, it's you, Makoto. Yeah. What is it? It's Piro. Shrubbing Piro's head, which she holds against her chest. Piro was flapping its paws in the air as if trying to escape. Piro wants to sleep with you. Can you understand your cat talk? Of course I don't. It's just what I think. Well, I really don't mind. Okay then. Thanks. She approaches me. Alright. She then crawls in bed next to me while still holding Piro. What's the matter? Can't you not let Piro go because of some kind of adhesive or something? Huh? What are you crawling under the covers? Or why are you? I mean, I want to sleep with Piro too. So what you're saying is, Piro wants to sleep with me, you want to sleep with Piro, so that means everyone sleeps together. Yeah. There's not a lot of room though. I can't help but complain a little. If we all have our own rooms, why do we have to sleep in the same bed? I want to have room in my bed when I sleep. I want to be able to stretch out and roll over. That's fine. Every time you want to do that, I'll just sleep wherever there's space. Do you seriously think you can do that? And besides, we aren't all that far apart in age, so this isn't going to play well. Won't play well? You don't know that expression either? I mean, if people find out that you and I are sleeping together, they'll imagine that we're being indecent. I don't understand. Anyway, just get out of bed. I'm sleepy, far too sleepy to walk back to my room. She sinks further under the blanket up to her nose. Sweet dreams! I guess I'll just sleep in your room then. When I lift myself up to leave, my pajama bottoms slide down. Go to has them in your hands. Oh, sorry! What on earth are you doing? Yuichi, if you go to my room, Piro will go too. Fine then. Realizing she's not going to give up easily, I crawl back into bed and put my pajama bottoms back up. Listen, it's only for tonight. I'll go crazy if this becomes routine. Okay. I close my eyes and I listen to Makoto's breathing. I had a hard time falling asleep and think back on some of the things Amano said. We met a long time ago, and the only person who was able to divulge the name Makoto Sawatari was... But that's only natural. I mean, at that time, that girl was... She is... When I turn my head to the side, Makoto's sleeping face right in front of me. Who on earth are you? I want to know just as much as you do. She opens her eyes slightly. So you're awake. There was another clue. What was it? That hill. I feel like I was up there for a long time. The hill? Yeah. Okay then, let's go again tomorrow. Yeah. Sweet dreams. I'll lose myself in the continuation of my dream. Fun days. Forever. I thought we'd be together forever. Just wanted to be together. And when I felt like you'd abandoned me, I became unable to forgive you. I wake up to the sound of a girl's voice. I became unable to forgive you, but... Makoto's small lips are moving. Tears glisten in her eyes, reflecting in the moonlight shining through the gap in the curtains. I'll leave it all for tomorrow. I wake up naturally. When I look at the alarm clock, it seems like I still have a little time before I have to get up. Decide to sneak out first, trying not to wake up Makoto, who is still curled up next to me. When I get down to the first floor, I find Akiko busy cooking. You're up early. Please wake everyone up in a little while. Okay. I had already been planning to do just that. I go back to my room to wake Makoto up and watch her face as she sleeps for a while. It's like I'm being tickled somewhere deep inside my chest where I can't reach. At the same time, I have the strange feeling that something like a stagnation that had formed deep inside me is coming loose. Trying to identify that feeling, I lose track of time as I gaze at Makoto's sleeping face. When I see Makoto's figure overlap with another one, I close my eyes and leave the room, without waking her. I'll head out first, Makoto. Hey, wait! There's a lot of noise as Makoto comes running down the stairs after changing her clothes. Hurry it up or I'll leave you behind. That alarm didn't go off this morning. That's because I turned it off when I left the room. It probably did ring, and you just stopped it without realizing it. Maybe. That'd be kinda strange, though. She tilts her head and slowly begins to put on her shoes. You should put them on after you get there. If I do that, my socks will be filthy by the time I do. Off we go. We make the usual amount of noises as we leave the house. Are we okay for time? Well, I have enough time to get there without running, but I'm not sure about you. I'm fine too. You walk down the road that is still covered with snow that had fallen overnight. Makoto deliberately chooses to walk on that snow. That's dangerous. Thud. My advice is just barely too late as Makoto's body slams face first into the ground. What did I tell you? Ow! Ow! Are you okay? Makoto gets up and brushes the mud off her face. Help her brush it off as well. Yeah, I'm fine. Maybe you are, but I'm no longer good for time. Huh? You won't make it on time? I will if I hurry. Let's hurry then. You'll just slip again. I'll hurry after we part ways. Are you sure? I'm sure. Ow, sorry. With her face still red, she says that and starts walking. Today, we're going, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. After having that conversation at the last corner, Makoto turns back alone. During the lunch break, I pass by that girl. Try my best to pretend not to notice. She doesn't speak to me. Admittedly, we don't have anything to talk about right now, except for topics that are at a standstill. School. After school. You're finally here, Yuichi. Makoto is waiting for me at the gate like usual. It's super cold. Sorry. Look up at the sky and see low-hanging clouds gathering together. Looks like it's going to snow. Yeah, it does. But we have to go, right? Yeah. I'll buy you a meat bun on the way home. Oh! I'm hungry. Let's buy them first. Think about the route. There's probably a convenience store or two along the way. Okay, we'll eat on the way. Yeah! The two of us walk side by side up the path surrounded by trees. Fallen leaves, wet as ever, cover the ground and making our footing unsteady. Thump. There's a tremendous sound, and when I turn around, I see Makoto lying face down in the snow. You really do fall down a lot, huh? Ah! Ow! It appears that she's managed to save the half-eaten meat bun. She stands up and stuffs her face with it before brushing the dirt off her clothes. Hey, come here. I brushed the filth off her coat for her. She's fallen twice today, and the dirt has accumulated to form dark stains. Should put that in the laundry as soon as we get home, okay? Yeah. Okay, this should be fine for now. Let go of her and stand up. Hey. Huh? Can I hang on to your jacket? It'll keep me from falling. Sure. Makoto firmly grasps the hem of my jacket, and then I start walking again. Back here. Very nice place. When the view opens out, I see that we're in the same place we visited a few days ago. Even though this is just my second time, I wonder why this feels familiar. Okay. No, it's not that. It's common ground between Makoto and me. Just like I thought. Even though I can't find my house, I feel like I've been here for a long time. Makoto is staring at my face. I see. That's very strange. Ah! Makoto suddenly runs off. Hey, Makoto. I'll follow after her. Makoto steps into the bushes and stops in front of a small empty square. Hey, what is it? Makoto's face stiffens as she stares down at the ground. Her eyes don't see this place. She's looking at a scene from a few years ago. How do I know that just by looking at her? Because I'm facing memories from my past, as if inspired by Amino's words. In other words, I'm beginning to realize that I'd met Makoto before. But I still only have a hunch that this is the case. And because I couldn't help but doubt myself for accepting that, I've just been denying it. It was an ominous premonition, and it was also the reason why Amino carefully chose her words the way that she did. That's why I created a deep stagnation in the depths of my heart, and buried my false delusions there. And now it's no longer a delusion, but a reality. Tears are about to overflow from Makoto's eyes, which shakes me up all the more. Because that is the place where we parted ways that day. Even though she could run now, she just sits in front of me, not trying at all to leave. So I leave instead. When I turn around, it's like the expressionless eyes of a beast that has been staring at me forever. Makoto opens her mouth a little. She looks like she's just trying to say something, but is struggling to speak. Did her memory return to her? I wonder what it could be. What part of her memory? Makoto. Pow. Makoto hits me as hard as she can in the face. Hey, where did that come from? I'm not sure. I'm just really pissed off. So I just let it go this time. Excuse me. Do you really think I'll just put up with being beaten for no reason? I get the feeling that something really horrible happened to me here. Her words leave me unable to respond. Such a fantastical story really existed. I probably was the one responsible for it. It's cold. Makoto sighs and lets out a white breath. Yeah. Oh, it's snowing. I look up and see a glimmer of white. We should get home before it gets worse. Yeah. We've definitely met before. Yuichi! Yuichi! Knock knock. What now? When I enter, the door swings open, and Makoto sticks her head in. Either knock or call me. Do you realize you're making a commotion, don't you? You complain if it's too sudden, and you complain if I warn you ahead of time. It's all too much. Why is there no middle ground for you? You fly from one extreme to the other. But hey, never mind all that. I bought a new comic. She rushes into the room and proudly holds up the new comic. So what? Why all the fuss about that? It's got a lot of difficult words in it. She flips through it in front of me. You're just an idiot. Just give it up already. What do you mean? I'm not an idiot after all. Try and read it then. Wait, I have an idea. I don't want to hear it. But you want to read it too, don't you? No, I don't. So I was thinking we'd read it together and you can read out loud. It's like killing two birds with one stone. She approaches, plops down next to me, and opens the comic. Read it like Mr. Morimoto, please. You haven't listened to a word I've said, have you? Huh? I don't want to read the comic you chose, nor do I want to imitate Mr. Morimoto. Why not? Because it's a pain, that's why. It's not like you're busy. I may not be busy, but there are so many things I'd rather be doing than reading comics out loud. Fine, I'll have Akiko read it to me. That catches me by surprise. Didn't you only come to me because everyone else has already turned you down? No, I came to you first. I see. So you see me as the most reliable. Considering that, it doesn't feel all that bad. I see you as the least busy. Have Akiko read it to you then. I turn over and face the wall. I'm kidding. Look, Yuichi, this is interesting. Let's read it together. It's kind of funny to see Makoto hurriedly trying to soothe the situation and gauge my mood. Ugh, you're so annoying. Akiko is probably busy making dinner. I actually am free at the moment, so I reluctantly turn myself around. The two of us lie side by side with our elbows propped up on the floor. You seriously can't read this? All of these words are so difficult. You read the comics I lent you before, so there's no way you can't read this. All of the comics you buy are for kids. Oh, no matter how you look at it, this is more for kids. Whatever, let's read it until dinner. Oh, alright, I get it. Just don't be so clingy. I can't see it if you're that far away. Don't breathe on my hands like that, it's gross. Stop being so bossy. Hey now, I'm about to start. Love always happens so suddenly. What the? Is this for girls? Don't interject. Diarrhea always happens so suddenly too. That's not what's written. That's obvious, huh? Even though I was only joking, I found myself gripped by an indescribable feeling. I noticed Makoto's small body next to me for the first time. It's exactly the same as it was back then. I'd lie down and read a book with this girl right by my side. I poke her cheek with my fingertips. What was that for? Nothing. Hurry up and read. Okay. And so, I spent time with Makoto until dinner, occasionally ad-libbing and being yelled at for doing so. Okay, I promise to come for you. And when I'm due, we can be together. We can get married. Until then, farewell. The end. Ah, what a terrible ending. Can you at least let me savor the ending? What, weren't you sighing in disappointment just now? Of course I wasn't. That was incredibly good. I found it really moving. That's because you're still a little brat. They say that marriage is where life goes to die. Remember that. Do you really have to shatter my dreams like that? All your ideals are too rigid. I think I should give you a lecture now so that you won't be shocked when reality swims up and bites you. I feel bad for whoever decides to marry you. Don't worry, it won't be you. I'd bite off my own tongue if it was. With a huff, she stands up, grabs the comic, and leaves the room. That night, I go to bed and just stare up at the ceiling. It's so dark that I can't even tell how high it is. Even though I'm awake, I feel like I'm in a dream. I've had this feeling ever since I stood on that hill this afternoon, and I feel like I haven't really returned to reality in a long time. It's a very long dream. One day, when I was a boy, I rescued a little fox on the hill. Ah! I don't know what had happened to it, but it was injured and couldn't run. I treated its wounds and kept it at home until it could run again. I talked to it about various things. We even slept together. We were only together for half a month. That's it. What kind of story can you come up with from that? What had begun at that time? It was just one of those events that passed in an instant. It was nothing at all. But I wasn't dreaming. It was real. A fox, huh? That's interesting. Click. I hit the alarm clock with my hand as it reminds me to wake up. It looks like she slept in her own room last night. I scratch my chest while it feels stuffy from the heat trapped under the blanket and get out of bed. If the two of us are together for a long time, I'll get used to her being here, and then it feels strange when she's not here. Then again, not all that much time has passed. Or maybe it just feels that way when added to what happened in the past. Wake up, Makoto! I bang on the door as I pass by the room and head down for breakfast. Everyone is having breakfast in silence. It's unusually quiet. And suddenly, a bang. Huh? There's nothing in Makoto's hands. I dropped my chopsticks. Oh dear, I'll wash them off for you. Akiko stands up and takes the chopsticks from Makoto's hands. Sorry. After rinsing them with water, she wipes them slightly with a cloth and returns to Makoto's hand. It's okay, just hold them properly when you eat. Alright. Makoto accepts them but just rolls them around without actually gripping them. What's the matter, Makoto? Ow! She raises her head. If you're not gonna eat anymore, I'll have that. No! She spread her hands protectively over her portion of the side dishes, and when she does, her chopsticks fall to the floor again. What's wrong with you? Sorry, Akiko. Akiko stands up again and retrieves the fallen chopsticks. Akiko? What is it? Want to eat with a spoon. Why? You can use chopsticks, can't you? Yes, but my hands are getting tired. Oh, alright. Today only then. It's bad manners, so don't make a habit of it, okay? I won't. Hey, I'm watching you. I'm watching over your growth as a parent, but you're turning back into a kid before my very eyes. You're trying to upset me. It's not like that, Yuichi. I'm so tired today. With the spoon in her hand, she starts poking at the rice, making a clinking sound as she does. She seems really tired, so I decide to not tease her anymore. Let's get going, Makoto. When I call from the front door, Makoto quickly descends the stairs and appears. Yeah, let's go. What happened last night? Did you stay up late reading comics again? No, I just slept. Is oversleeping the reason you're not feeling so hot then? Huh? Oh, maybe. You don't know your limits. You need to moderate your behavior. Yeah, okay. Makoto nods obediently. I could tell something was up from the way she's been acting this morning. She's been keeping her spirits up ever since she came to the Minase household, and I guess she doesn't realize that she's mentally exhausted. I give her a light pat on the head, as if to loosen up her shoulders. Good luck with your part-time job then. Yeah. We part ways with the school right in front of us. Lunch break. We are standing shoulder to shoulder in the courtyard. After a day, the only thing we have in common is seeing the day thaw. Maybe we actually did meet. That's how I start the conversation. Yeah. Amano replies expressionless as always. I can't believe how expressionless it is. Responding like that makes it sound like she's suddenly accepted the fact that that is hard to believe. But she has accepted it. She's known for a long time. So does that mean she's not human? Yeah. So that's how it is. One of the facts I mentioned is now gaining credibility. She's no longer a delusional eccentric, but my sole confidant. I wonder if this Amano girl might have been in contact with Makoto in the past. Well, I think that I have a lot of questions to ask first. So what's with her? Why does she do what she does? She really only came here to see you. There's nothing else to it. Meet me, huh? Meet me for what purpose? Just to meet you. Amano repeats herself. You're in the midst of a short-lived miracle right now. A miracle. It is certainly a situation that is worthy of the words of that magnitude. And by miracle, I mean a fleeting glimmer. A slight glimmer gained at the price of her own life. You must understand that. You mean, she was willing to give up her own life to see me for a brief moment? I believe so. Why would she do that? There's a huge discrepancy between what she is doing and what Amano is telling me now. She didn't appear in front of me with such a harsh fate on her shoulders, with so much determination. She has been more carefree, more easygoing. I wonder how Amano reads the gap in our exchange. She answers like I thought she would. But the greatest tragedy of this miracle is that she doesn't realize it. You must know, right? She doesn't know anything. She must be talking about the memory loss. This girl really seems to know everything. 2 sacrifices are necessary for the miracle to work. Memory and life. Yeah. I take a deep breath and do my best to calm myself down. The parting that comes with it will be as sad as the love you have for her. It'd be wise to prepare yourself for that. What's that supposed to mean? I ask, sensing that the conversation is about to end. But Amano doesn't answer. She stands up silently and waits for the signal to start. One more thing. Yeah? I feel relieved that it's continuing. Don't involve me in this any further. The bell rings just as she says that. Well... ... Makoto is standing alone at the school gate as usual. Are you cold? I put my hand on her cheek. It's flushed like the cheek of a child and warmer than my hand. It's cold, but the meat buns taste better when it's cold, she says, putting a brave face on, and then walks on ahead. Meat buns again? I feign surprise and follow after her. While eating steamed meat buns, the two of us casually stroll along the shopping district. Lately I've been eating nothing but meat buns, so I feel like I'm getting tired of them. However, Makoto doesn't seem to feel that way in the slightest, and is stuffing her cheeks in a daze. It's strange that when I look at how much she enjoys them, even the meat buns that I'm tired of appear to be delicious. I bite into the meat bun expecting it to be the same as usual, and it is. Ow! Makoto, who is walking ahead of me, stops when she realizes we've reached the arcade. She's looking at the photo booth that's out front. Judging from the posters, it seems that a new model has arrived, and high school girls are waiting in a long line. Speaking of which, she was taking pictures by herself the other day. Remember that immediately. I wonder if that photo of her is still stored carefully in her wallet. When I think about it further, it seems to symbolize Makoto, who is always alone, and I can't help but feel gloomy. Hey Makoto. When I place my hand on her shoulder and call out to her, she reacts sensitively and is suddenly on guard. You don't need to tense up. I mean, you are going to ask me to take my picture with them, aren't you? You want to take one, right? Not like that, though. No matter how obedient she's become, it seems her contrariness is in this hasn't been fixed. I see. Well, if you want to take a picture, just let me know. I'll go with you. Try to speak with the utmost care. I'll burn any photos I take with you as soon as possible. Makoto curses me and runs off again. Ugh, there's no pleasing her. She walks home at her usual unreasonable pace, walking slowly, and then suddenly running. I wish she'd just think about me and having them match her pace. Today, as usual, after Makoto returns home, she stays in her room. When I pass by the room, I sometimes hear a voice saying, "Ow!" from inside, as if she's at a loss. I doubt that she's asleep, and she'd probably have more fun watching TV with everyone. With that in mind, I return to my room. ... Hey, Yuichi! I hear a voice on the edge of my shallow sleep. Piro wants to sleep with you again. It's okay, right? Ask properly for permission, so I'm coming in. The blanket is lifted and a small body crawls in next to me. The smell of cat hits my nose. Idiot, you didn't wait for me to respond. I speak without bothering to open my eyes. Oh, you're awake! The truth is that you want to sleep with me, isn't it? Don't be so gross. There's no way I'd ever want to do that. Don't shout into my ear like that. Ugh, fine, have it your way. It's too troublesome to chase them away, so I leave it at that and turn toward the wall. Then Makoto, who is holding Piro, presses up tightly against my back. Hey! I'm kind of scared. Of what? I don't completely understand it, but when I was sleeping alone, I found myself in a very dark place all by myself. It was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. I was all alone. You're in the midst of a short-lived miracle right now. And by miracle, I mean a fleeting glimmer. A slight glimmer gained at the price of her own life. Perhaps because she woke me up from sleep, I suddenly remember Amano's words from earlier in the day. Give me a second, guys. Just realized my headphones are kind of messed up. Okay, where were we? No, it's not because I'm half asleep. It's because I've accepted the fact that I have met Makoto before. That's why the dark dream that Makoto sees with me will eventually come. It turns out that this is the place Makoto should have been heading to. Makoto must have set out on a journey with that outcome in mind. There's no place for her to return to. Now is everything the end of the line? Makoto doesn't know that. She doesn't know her fate. You're so annoying. Won't complain anymore, so you can just sleep here whenever you want. Are you sure? Yeah, I'd hate to have to only kick you out. Isn't that right, Piro? I flick Piro's nose with my fingertip. The cat replies with a meow. Well then. Okay. Good night. Good night. Makoto closes her eyes, looking relieved. Makoto was frightened, not knowing anything about her situation. Starting to feel confused as to whether her lack of memory is a blessing or a curse. When her memory returns, she'll learn that she is not human, that her current life is fleeting. How cruel will that be? But right now Makoto is not aware of her purpose. Why did she come here, and what did she want to do? If she wants to be with me, she can be, but she's so contrary. I fear she will just waste her time and fade away. I'm the only one of us who is getting anxious. January 23rd. The alarm clock is ringing. Ow! Makoto seems to have woken up too. The blanket is lifted and cold air rushes in. Makoto starts to move. Beep! The alarm clock noises stop. It's quiet now. Makoto crawls back into bed. I can immediately hear that she's fallen back to sleep. Hey Makoto, don't go back to sleep. I shake her body. Piro jumps out from the bed and lands on the floor. Look, Piro's up too. Ow, what? She opens her eyes slightly and looks at me. You know what? You're helping out at the daycare center today, aren't you? Well, you are, aren't you? Yeah. She answers with zero ambition. Does she really hate it that much, or is she just that sleepy? Come on, if you don't wake up, you'll be late and get in trouble again. Oh, fine. She finally manages to crawl out of bed. The sound of chopsticks clinking together can be heard. Everyone is paying attention to Makoto's hand movements. Makoto seems oblivious to the heated battle between the two chopsticks in her hand. Ow! There's a clinking sound, and one of the chopsticks bounces violently. As it does, some grains of rice are scattered about the table. Oh, sorry! It's like this. Akiko kindly shows her how to hold her chopsticks from the side. Yeah, okay. However, Makoto looks dejected and continues to hold her chopsticks tightly. Should I feed you? Open up and say, stop treating me like a child. She at least has enough energy to get upset about my ribbing. Want to eat with a spoon again? Yes, I'd like that. Akiko stands up and gets a spoon for her. Here you go. She takes the spoon just like she has done before and begins eating her food, making a high-pitched clinking sound as she does. The atmosphere is a little strange. Makoto doesn't seem to be able to go with the flow either, and seems bothered by all of the attention she's getting. Makoto, would you like to leave with me again this morning? Okay. Then eat quickly and get ready. We can't take our time walking for a change. Yeah, I'll be quick. As if relieved, her expression softens as she quickly stuffs the remaining side dishes into her mouth. Did you brush your teeth? Oh, yeah. Liar, I can always tell when you're lying. But we're already short on time. Didn't brush last night either, did you? Huh? How did you know? We slept face to face, so that's how I could tell. Didn't smell any toothpaste. Alright, I'll brush right after I get home. You're gonna get cavities. No problem. The dentist will drill into them. Don't come crying to me if it hurts. At lunchtime I look for Amano, lose myself. I'll look for Amano. Mine as well. At lunchtime I look for Amano. Walk around the first year classrooms asking about Michio Amano. But she's not easy to find. Did she lie about her name so that I wouldn't be able to find her? Just as I'm beginning to feel like I'm wasting my time, I finally come across a student in response to the name. Amano? Yeah, she's here. The female student answers, looking back into the classroom. Should I call her over? She asked after a moment of hesitation. First I'd been checking my ear, because her eyes momentarily turned to the school emblem on my lapel. If we were the same year, she may have asked me to call for her myself. I'd appreciate that. Truth be told, I'm uncomfortable entering a classroom of a different year. Please wait. As if to imply that this isn't just her lucky day, the female student's expression changes as she turns her back to me. Amano is sitting by the window, quietly reading by herself. When the first female student approaches her and they engage in a short exchange. I know the answer without even asking. Amano doesn't even look my way before turning her attention back to her book. If she wanted to meet me, she would have put down her book and stood up. The female student comes back alone and tells me her answer. She wants you to leave her alone, apparently. I see. Forcefully enter the classroom. I feel like that's a bad idea. I'll leave quietly. Thank you. After thanking the female student, who was clearly upset, I leave quietly. Amano never even looked my way. Her usual expressionless profile seems so distant and makes me feel sad. Well, if that was wrong, then whoops. When school ends, I hurry out of the classroom thinking of Makoto, who is likely waiting under the cold sky. Oh hey, you've been waiting? Yes, but only a little. She opens her thumb and forefinger slightly. Looks like finger gymnastics because she keeps doing it until I reach her. It's cold out. She probably should have just gone home. Nah, it's okay. I don't have much going today. And you thought I'd probably treat you to something? Ah, yeah. Okay then, let's hit the shopping district on the way home. Yeah. After shopping at a bookstore, we buy the usual meat buns and walk out while eating them together. When we get to the arcade, we find that it's still as crowded as it was yesterday. It's the line for the photo booths in front of the store. At this time of day, it's normal to see the people wearing school uniforms. Many students stop by on their way home from school. Makoto deliberately tries to hurry on ahead while walking faster. Hey, don't abandon me like that. I grab her by the scruff of her neck. Ow, what gives? Oh, there's a bunch of people from my school in line today. They'll let you in if you ask. I knew you'd say that. That's why I hurried on ahead. But why? You want to take pictures with everyone, don't you? Well, ow. You should go ahead and take some friendly shots with the other girls. It'll be fun. But I don't know anyone here. Everyone's friends started out as strangers. Ow, I'll just go home. She swings her arm up and down, trying to shake me off. The meat bun fillings scatter, covering the two of us. You're really shy, aren't you? Ow, sorry. After brushing off my head, I use my fingertips to remove the meat from Makoto's hair. Don't even start conversations with Akiko or Nayuki. I don't? Not that I know of. Okay, that's all of it. Thanks. It might be good for you if we all took pictures together sometime. Why? Why, you ask? Because that's what people who live under the same roof normally do. But I'm a freeloader. I'm a freeloader too. And the two of us should be left out. Idiot, do you even understand what you're saying? I mean, you've known them for your whole life, Yuichi. I haven't. Well then, how about we just ask them? No thanks. If we ask, they'll just worry about me. Makoto turns around and starts walking. Such a pain. Follow after her. When we get home, I sit down at my desk and concentrate on studying for the first time in a while. That said, it is homework I was assigned. As I'm silently writing in my notebook, the door opens. Hey Yuichi, are you busy? Makoto peeks her head in. What now? Well, I came across an interesting book. Good for you. You want to read it with me, don't you? Makoto? Don't I look busy to you? I thrust by the hand holding the mechanical pencil toward Makoto. Not really. You can do that later, can't you? I'm studying, and studying takes precedence over reading comics. I think we should always do the fun stuff first. She walks over, puts the comic book on the floor, and takes her position. You don't have a care in the world, do you? Here, read. Makoto already has it open to the right page and is waiting. The only way I can think of to get rid of her is to pick her up and take her back to her room. But it seems like it would be way less tiring to just give in and read it. And to be honest, I was getting pretty bored with my homework. Alright, I get up and sit down next to Makoto. I think this is a very moving story as well. So what? Another girly comic? Read it in a nice voice. Okay, I read it like a sumo wrestler then. Just as I'm about to start reading aloud, I suddenly remember something. Hey, did you brush your teeth? Me? You promised me this morning. You said you brushed after you got home. Oh, yeah, I brushed. You're always so obvious when you lie. Show me your teeth. No. You didn't brush, did you? I did, but I don't want to show you. If you don't tell me the truth, I'm not going to read. What? No way. Brushing your teeth takes no time at all. Go and do it now. I'll brush after I eat. You forget because you always put it off. I take care of things when they occur to me. So go and do it. Okay. She reluctantly stands up and walks toward the door with demonstrable heavy steps. She must have really wanted me to tell her she could do it later. With a bang, she disappears behind the door, and I turn the page of the comic book in my hand. Time to take a quick look ahead. After about 10 minutes, Makoto finally returns. What took you so long? Weren't you brushing that long? You're gonna hurt your gums if you do that. Uh-huh. Then let's see if they're clean. Open wide. Never mind that, just read already. It's gonna be dinner soon. Oh yeah, you're right. Sit down next to me then. Okay. After first sitting down in a faraway place, she slowly approaches me. So you're saying there's no time, huh? Yeah. When she finally arrives next to me, I turn the pages of the comic book. Let's read then. Yeah. After hearing Makoto's reply, I began reading aloud. I already read most of it while Makoto was brushing her teeth, so I'm able to finish it more fluently than usual. We're having curry for dinner tonight. tasty. Oh, man. Curry. I wonder if Akiko was trying to be considerate toward Makoto with that choice. Even so, Makoto eats while holding the spoon awkwardly. Sometimes she eats while giving everyone a guilty look, but Akiko remains silent. While watching TV in the living room, Akiko appears, finally free of her cooking duties. Should probably take a bath soon. Sure, I can do that, but aren't you watching TV? It's not at all that interesting. If there's anything I can do to help, that's what I want to do. I stand up. When I enter the bathroom, I notice something strange on the floor. What is this? It's a toothbrush with sticky toothpaste still on it. This orange toothbrush. I go back to the hallway and yell out loud, "Hey Makoto!" Eventually the sound of footsteps coming down the stairs can be heard. What? Makoto sticks half of her body out from the end of the hallway and looks at me. Don't shy away from me. Come here. She reluctantly comes to the washroom, her defenses clearly up. What is this? Pick up the toothbrush and hold it in front of Makoto. A toothbrush. Whose? Mine. Why does it have toothpaste on it, and why is it on the floor? Ow! Didn't you tell me you brushed? Uh-huh. Did you not brush? You didn't brush, did you? No. Then brush now. I'll watch to make sure you do it. Okay. When she receives the toothbrush from me, she rinses it at once with water. Then she grabs the toothpaste and squeezes a little onto the toothbrush. And then she stops there. What's wrong? It's too spicy. Spicy? That toothpaste is too spicy? Uh-huh. And how have you been brushing up until now? Implying that you haven't been? No, I've been brushing this whole time, but lately I can't brush. Did the toothpaste change or something? No, I think it's the same. I can't come up with the nerve to tell her that she's been acting strangely as of late. I feel like if I put that into words, something might collapse all at once. But something is definitely starting to change inside of Makoto. I wonder if this is in preparation for a separation that will come soon, or has that separation already have begun? You never cease to amaze me. Grab that toothbrush and follow me. Huh? Where are we going? My room. That's all I say before leaving the bathroom. Hey, what are you going to do? I'm going to brush your teeth, so come on. I sit up against the bed and open my arms. You're treating me like a little kid again. But you won't do it, so there's no other way. All you have to do is close your eyes and endure the taste. And then when you open your eyes, it'll all be over. Ow! She frowns and looks worried for a while, but in the end, she walks toward me, silently turns her back and rests her weight on me. I take the toothbrush with toothpaste from her hand. Okay, open your mouth, or I'm going to shove it up your nose. Makoto opens her mouth wide, while aligned white teeth appear. They're all small and cute. Start by brushing the teeth in the back. After taking a bath, I go upstairs and see Makoto coming out of her room. Toilet, toilet! She's in her pajamas holding a cardboard box. She rushes toward me. She's probably cleaning up Hiro's litter box. If I were to trip with her with my foot and make her fall, it'd turn into an absolute disaster. But I'm way too adultful to consider doing something like that. Watch your step. Okay! She hurries down the stairs. While I don't really have any reason to do so, I stand in front of Makoto's room anyway. Eventually, I hear the sound of footsteps coming up the stairs and Makoto appears. Phew! Much better now! Yeah, the odor is gone. She comes with her face pressed into the cardboard box. You should watch where you're going. What? Thump. As expected, Makoto falls again. However, thanks to me reaching out, I'm able to prevent the scattering of any kitty litter. Thanks! Do your joints bend the wrong way or something? No, they don't. Makoto stands up with this box in her hands again. But, you know, it's kind of weird. Then she puts her toes up and taps them on the floor. I decide not to pursue the matter any further. So are you going to sleep in my room again tonight, Makoto? Don't ask like that. Makes it sound like I'm the one who wants to sleep there. Her face contorts in disgust as she declares that. Am I wrong? Totally wrong. Puro wants to sleep there. Fine, fine, let's just leave it at that. Ow! But if you're going to come, do it soon. I'm going to bed. I pat Makoto on the head. Okay. Makoto nods reluctantly. That day, the two of us and one animal once again sleep in a narrow bed. Aww. The next day was Sunday, so I didn't set an alarm. I forgot about it and slept in late. Knock knock. I finally wake up to the sound of knocking. You're still asleep. You're so undisciplined. When I turn over and look toward the door, I see Nayuki's face peeking in. Okay then. What time is it? It's almost noon. Lunch will be ready soon. I see. What's for lunch? A voice that sounds half asleep comes from somewhere around my chest. I forgot Makoto is here. What? Was that you speaking just now, Yuichi? Yeah, it was. So what's for lunch? Cod roe spaghetti. Wonder how good Nayuki's ears are if she believes Makoto's voice to be mine. Fortunately, Makoto is completely hidden under the blanket. Well, I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be there soon. Ow! Ow? Yeah, ow. Completely ow, very ow. Have you been ow-like lately, Nayuki? Are you sure you're using that correctly? Anyway, hurry and leave before I start changing in front of you. Eek! She finally closes the door and leaves. Phew! Wait until I can no longer hear footsteps and then get out of bed. Makoto! When I remove the blanket, I can see Makoto asleep, curled up, with Piro. Drool is dripping from her mouth. She must have been half asleep when she asked about lunch. By now, she's probably eating cod roe spaghetti in her dreams. Yum! In the afternoon, Makoto and I both go into town. It feels like we're running away from the uncomfortable situation we were in earlier. When I'm at home, I feel like the heavy weight of having no place to go accumulates the longer I'm there, and I hate that. It's not that Akiko or Nayuki are to blame. They're treating us well. We're the ones who are causing trouble for them. But this occasion is special for another reason. I want to eat a ton of meat buns today. Don't be stupid. Akiko is cooking dinner and we will be waiting for us to return. You like your food too, don't you? Well, yeah, of course I do, but still. Makoto's hands show no signs of improvement. On the contrary, they seem to be fumbling even more than before. What's wrong with me? Makoto looks at her hands. Probably just tired. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be back to normal before long. She brings her hands down, giving them a weak squeeze as she does. She feigns a smile, but her expression can best be described as dejected. I'll buy you something. I can't help but blurt that out. I'm just hoping it'll make her feel a little better. Huh? If there's anything you want, just tell me. I'll buy you whatever you want today. Where did that come from? Clearly disgusted, Makoto distances herself a little. I'm not as reckless with my money as you are. I have plenty to spare. Really? Yeah, and I don't really have any plans to use it this month, so I'll give you something as a gift. From me to you. Well, so I can, ask for anything? Yeah. I grab my wallet from my back pants pocket to see what I've got. Damn, I might have bitten off more than I can chew here. Knowing Makoto, she probably won't hesitate to ask for something expensive. I'm a little, okay, more than a little, worried. Hey, Yuichi! Makoto seems to have found something already and is calling to me from a nearby storefront. Did you find something? Yeah, this! Makoto points to a shelf displaying accessories. Faded hair clips and brooches are crowded together within the narrow framework. Every single one of them is a crude construction. What is this? When I look at the sign in front of the store, I see the words all 100 yen. This must be one of those 100 yen shops. I want this! Makoto picks up a rubber loop decorated with 2 bells. Looks like a hair tie, but it's way too plain. I can't even imagine a child being happy to receive it. Come on, I'll buy you a better hair tie at the department store. What? Why? What's wrong with this one? When I pull on her arm, Makoto expresses her surprise. I have to settle for something at a place like this. It's rare that I offer to give you a present, so choose something better than this. Choose something that's not bells, you weirdo. Oh my goodness. I'm fine, though, with this. She puts it on her waist, on her wrist. When she waves her hand, a tinkling sound can be heard. Look, it's cute! It is? I thought she was just being being cheap, but she generally seems to like it. My intent from the start was to cheer Makoto up, so there's no reason to force her to give up on something she's excited about. Not really to get you, but are you sure that's what you really want? Yeah, I'll go buy it for you then. Okay. I don't really feel at all that great about giving her such a cheap gift, but Makoto seems pleased, waving her hand near her ear and enjoying the sound of the bells. While that comes across as a little pathetic, there's a heartwarming element to it as well. I make up my mind to be satisfied with the outcome. After dinner, I'll make sure that Makoto has returned to her room, then I grab my coat and get ready to go out. Huh? What's going on? As I'm tying my shoelaces at the entrance, I hear someone call out to me. I turn around to see Nayuki standing there. Oh, it's you. Are you going out? I thought I might go jogging. Why so suddenly? Recently I've been concerned about my waistline. How about joining me? I think I'll pass. I see. Well, I guess I'll go it alone then. What about that girl? What if you took her with you? If I take her, their non-stop falling will slow me down. She's not that bad. Yeah, right. Surely isn't all that bad, is she? I stand up and open the door. A cold wind blows in. Won't be gone for more than an hour. Okay, I'll make sure the bath is hot for you. Much appreciated. Put my hood on and head out the door. The hill is my destination. If I look around, I might discover something. A clue about how to stop that something that's happening to Makoto. Or maybe a way that Makoto can remain as a human forever. I think of myself as kind of a coward. Only thinking of myself. Just trying to avoid the sadness that's about to come. All I want is to be with Makoto forever. This is my second time coming to into the hill at night. This place where even streetlights can't reach creates a true darkness everywhere, forming an incomplete world as a whole. Suddenly, there's this illusion that the ground I'm standing on is shaking. Only the lights of the cityscape that I can see in the distance are able to snap me out of it. What am I even looking for here? What do I need to find to save Makoto? I have absolutely no idea. However, since it's the only point of contact between Makoto and me, I can simply decide to visit it blindly. Needless to say, it's impossible for me to just stay still. If your time is limited, you have to do the best you can with the little time that you have. I start wandering around aimlessly around the hill. I step onto the snow that remains in the dark shadows and walk. My shoes are being permeated by the dampness that seeps into them as I do. I can't find anything noteworthy. There's nothing but pebbles, tree branches, and fallen leaves. There are no signs of life whatsoever. Even when I look back, the only thing that's moving is my own shadow. I go all the way around with the exception of the bushes I couldn't get into, but all I can do in the end is just stand there, breathing white breaths. There's nothing here. That's my conclusion. I must stay. I stand up in a daze. What point is there in staying here any longer? I have no idea. Tinkle! I hear a sound behind me. Makoto was standing there. Ah! I mean Makoto. She followed me. I hadn't noticed. Hey, so Idiot, don't remember. I run up to her and hug her small body. It's cold, right? Enough jogging. Let's go home. Yeah, let's go. I want to leave with Makoto as soon as possible. She's not well, and this temperature is bad for her health. Oh, Makoto. Can't be out here. When we return home, Makoto and I take the bath that Nayuki had prepared for us. As soon as I get out, Akiko invites me over to the table. Must have been cold out there. Without even asking why I was out, she starts boiling water. I'll brew something good to prevent you from getting cold. Sorry to trouble you. I seriously do feel bad about it. It's no trouble at all. What she pours into the teacup is a mysterious white drink. Be careful, it's hot. What is this? Makoto puts her nose to her drink and gets a whiff of it. Hot ginger tea. Ginger? It warms you. It's got a strange flavor that is both sweet and spicy. Makoto doesn't seem to like the taste, but she doesn't complain and does her best to drink it. For some reason, the smell of ginger makes me feel very nostalgic, so I take some time to savor it. Don't have anything else to do, so I decide to stick with that until I am ready for bed. The next day. Woo! Wake up, Makoto! I whisper into Makoto's ear. I spare myself the fear of almost being discovered by Nayuki like yesterday. Ow! She opens her eyes a little and looks at me. Good morning. Right back at you. She slowly rises. Oh, where is Piro? Piro, maybe squished by you? Ow! She turns her head and looks for Piro. Piro! Thud. Ow! So heavy. Piro jumps onto Makoto's head. It appears that the cat woke earlier than us and was up on the bookshelf. I'll head back then. With Piro still on her head, Makoto slips out of bed and leaves the room. It's cold again today. Yeah, it is. But just be patient, it'll be warmer soon. I hope so. This cold, I'm really sick of it. So you're not a fan either, huh? Nah, I prefer warmer weather. When spring comes, I wish that it'll stay that way forever. I see, so spring is your favorite season. Yeah, if it was always spring, I'd always feel great. Truly hope that she is right. I want her to feel great when spring arrives. I'm sure everything would start heading in the right direction if that happened. Or at least I believe as much. Right. That's what I was hope. That's why I hope that spring comes as scheduled. And I hope it comes without anything bad happening. I'll probably end up getting fed up with Makoto's mischief again. The days full of commotion will be upon us again. Just hold on a little longer. Beat that sediment. Yeah, it's still January though. Little problem there. After school, Makoto, who was usually waiting for me, is nowhere to be found. Maybe she went home early today. I decided to wait for her for a bit. I feel bad if Makoto came after me and I continued to wait, believing that I was still inside the school. Several students form groups and leave the school. I watch them closely. Well, time passes and fewer students are leaving the school. The wind is bitterly cold today. I can feel the cold air on my back through my uniform. Spurred on by this, she must have gone home first. With that in mind, I start walking alone. Before I go home, maybe it would be a good idea to buy some meat buns as a souvenir. Or maybe she already got some for herself. Well, if I have any left over, I can share them with Akiko and Nayuki, so it won't be a problem if there are too many. I ultimately decide to buy some on the way home. The cityscape is covered in a dazzling orange. A gloomy atmosphere surrounds what is supposed to be a lively shopping district. I suddenly look up at the sky. Red clouds, red sky, and a red world. Yuichi! I turn my attention to a voice calling out to me. Oh hi, it's you again. Yuichi! Once again, the red-stained girl calls my name. I can't skip this dialogue for some reason. Oh, is that you, are you? It's been a while. How are you doing? Yuichi, wings dyed orange, swaying weakly. I found what I was looking for. Contrary to the words she's murmuring sadly. Is that a good thing? Yeah, it's something important, right? Yeah, it's important, very important. Well, I'm glad you found it, Ayu. Shadow of a red cloud flowing over the ground. Found what I was looking for, so I don't think I'll be coming around here anymore. So, I won't be able to see you that much anymore, Yuichi. Are you sure? No longer have a reason to be here anymore. In that case, next time I'll go visit you wherever you are. Yuichi! You came here on foot, so you can't be that far, right? I can meet you as so much that you'll be sick of me. Yeah. Ayu's small body is dyed red. I should get going. Bye-bye. The sunset is in the background. Bye-bye, Yuichi. I can't even move from this spot until I no longer see Ayu's back. Even though I stopped by the shopping district, I arrive home earlier than usual. It's apparent that having Makoto with me is costing me a lot of time. If I just walk quickly on my own, I can save a lot of time. Once I advance to the next year and have to prepare for entrance exams, most of my time will be spent studying. Maybe now is the time to be doing the things that I like to do. The more I think about it, the more I feel like I've been wasting my time. However, even if I come back early like this, I don't think what I do will change that much. In the end, even that extra time will be wasted. That's what being a student is all about. That. As soon as I walked in the door, I noticed it. Makoto isn't here. Her shoes are gone. So is she not back yet? I'm frozen in place thinking. Return, maybe. Maybe I missed her and she's waiting at the school gate. When that thought occurred to me, I turned my back to the house without hesitation and exposed myself to the cold wind once again. There's no one to be seen in front of the deserted school gate. However, I feel a distinct sense of loss, a sense of impatience. I can't think of any number of possibilities that there could be nothing to it at all. She might be playing alone somewhere, or she might be hiding and trying to pull a prank on me. However, despite not knowing what's going on, I'm left with an ominous feeling. The mind's effort to feel safe is a superficial one. Makoto! I start running. It's the only place I can think of, the place I visited last evening. I climb the gentle slope, being careful not to slip on the wet road. Makoto must have fallen around here like usual, and her clothes are probably covered with mud. Once again, she must be sitting alone in the open area ahead, looking off into the distance. She's such a pain. I think about how to scold her this time. And then, nobody is there. Hey, Makoto! 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 I tried calling Makoto's name 2 or 3 times in a row, but there's no response. I can tell that it's a lost cause. It's not just that I can't see her. I can feel that there's no sign that anyone is here. In contrast, only the inorganic darkness makes its existence clear. Hey, Bonnie! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How's life treating you today? It's more than scary enough to keep people away. I venture into the darkness, and it's as if I'm stepping into a sea covered in heavy oil. I push straight through the bushes, hurting my skin as I do. Oh, you're quite busy today. What you doing? Lots of schoolwork today or something like that? But I'm glad to see you. It's always good to see you here. Makoto! I keep calling out the name of the girl who is missing. One of my friends is missing now. With everything ended in vain, I lay my cold body on the ground, knowing that this is the end. I know that Makoto is gone, just as Amano said. By miracle, I mean a fleeting glimmer, a slight glimmer gained at the price of her own life. The miracle shut off that light. I wonder if Amano would say that in the end. I hang my head with regret when I think about Makoto's situation. That must have been the fairy tale that God showed her. I guess this is how God made her last wish came true. If so, I wonder if I was able to give her a reward that was worth it. Did her wish come true in the end? No, there must have been more I could have done. I wanted to do so much more for her. Except the fact that my body is getting colder and more painful as if it's my reward. I endure the pain, holding onto a consciousness that had lost its support. What's wrong? Does it show on my face that much? When Nayuki sees my face when I get back, she cries out in surprise. You're really cold. Nayuki grabs my hand. It's nothing. There's no way that it can be nothing. Well, of course, there's no way that it can be nothing. The two of us went out, and I'm the only one who came back. Where is that girl? That's right, Nayuki still refers to her as that girl. You could at least call her by her name, I think spitefully. She's gone. I say that without thinking. It almost came across as a guess. I just want to put the blame on someone and connect the others who hate the situation as much as I do. If I didn't, I'd hate myself so much that I'd lose my mind. Nayuki hates it, Akiko hates it, and in the end, I hate it the most. Still, I want to do it. Again? But it's cold today. I'm worried. She must have been listening from behind. Before I knew it, Akiko has joined the conversation. Makoto isn't coming back. I'm the only one who knows that. Makoto's room. Everything is in disarray, just like she left it. A room with nothing but comics is so like her. And then I find something that seems out of place. Disposable chopsticks. A number of them are scattered among the comic books. Most of them are broken in the middle. I kneel down, knowing all too well what that means. It means that she's been practicing how to use chopsticks this whole time. Just like when brushing her teeth, she lost her temper, broke her chopsticks, and tossed them aside halfway through. Still, she kept trying her best from the start. Desperately, she was fighting the idea of not being human anymore, but in the end, it was all for naught. Her efforts didn't reach anyone. I was the only one who knew what she was going through. I don't even bother to clean up. I just slowly close the door behind me. All I can do is hope that the room will be empty before long. I want it to look like nobody was ever there. In the middle of the night, the sound of the front door slamming echoes throughout the house. Everyone wakes up and gathers at the entrance. Makoto is standing there. Makoto! Her face is flushed bright red as she enters and trusts her cold body to me. You have no idea how worried I was. Piro disappeared. Piro? I've been looking all over, but no luck. I see. Okay then. We'll take it from here. You should get some rest. Okay. After that exchange, Makoto closes her eyes and leans into me with all her weight. You're burning up. Akiko puts her hand on her forehead. I don't leave Makoto's side. In the warm room, I continue to cool Makoto's forehead with a damp towel over it again and again. Sometimes, as if waking up from a shallow dream, she looks at me with dim eyes. Every time she calls my name, and I respond to it the same way over and over again. I'm here, Makoto. And then, looking relieved, she falls asleep again. Tick, tick, tick. All I can hear are the sound of the clock hands. Wonder if someone made the sound louder. In fact, I can't even remember if it's possible to adjust the volume of the clock hands. Morning is far away, and the night seems to be lasting forever. But even though my thoughts are stuck in a bottomless pit, the night doesn't seem to be long or boring. I feel like a piece of furniture. I imagine that the bookshelf behind me might suddenly start talking to me. The sound of the clock's hands has now become a little quieter. Tick, tick, tick. But when I think about it, it seems to get louder again. Really loud. Now when I step out of the room, I feel like I'm somewhere I've never been before. I feel like this is the only place I belong now. Now, there's the tinkling sound. Makoto is holding her hand out to me. Hold it tightly with both hands. And with January 26th, guys, I think I'm gonna call the stream right here. Did I fall asleep? I don't know. I hear a jingling noise, though. But yep, I'm gonna save it right here. And we'll continue this next time. So thank you all for stopping by, those that did. See you all tonight for more Fire Emblem. And tomorrow for more of this game. Take care. Bye-bye!